chat. I got my guests making noises all in the background. So let's get a second. Let some of you guys pour in. And today we're going to talk about Mexico and dating in Mexico as an American, as a foreigner, coming from the West, English speaking, so I have enough experience with that. So fortunately my guest speaks English, so we'll have her weigh in on it some. And let me see. All right, so wait, we got 25 in here already? Oh no, that's something else. Approximately. Okay. All right, there's something else.
Yeah.
One second. You got a dog?
Yeah, I have a dog, sorry.
Well, give him a biscuit or something. Give him a snack. Give him a treat. Alright, so we only got 2 people in here right now. So let's get warmed up. Let's get my shit cracking. Hold on. Let's get this shit cracking. Quest desktop. Alright guys, when you get in here, just go ahead and go ahead and give me a sound check. What the fuck is this? Alright, let's see what's going on here. Alright, we got 6 people in here. Don't got nothing in the chat yet. Yeah, man, I'm starting to think YouTube is shadow banning my shit. I gotta stop telling y'all all this real shit. These topics is getting my ass pushed off the algorithm. I'm gonna have to start talking about some mainstream shit. Anyway, in any event, alright, got almost a dozen people in here. And what time is it? So we're about 9 minutes late, but it's not my fault this time. My guest was having audio issues, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the blame on her. No, I'm joking. But no, she did have some audio issues coming in. But yeah, guys, like the ish on the way in. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you guys aren't liking it enough to get it on the algorithm. Maybe that's what it is. So I'm gonna blame it on you. Today is blame day. Today I'm blaming everybody else but myself. Blaming my guests, blaming my viewers, I'm blaming the weather, blaming everybody, blaming the thoughts.
Yeah.
Excited for this, hell yeah. They constantly dropping truth, love. The Singapore man, wait, love from Singapore. Oh, okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to put Singapore on the list, or check the list actually to see if Singapore is requiring the inoculation to travel, because we got a list of countries that aren't requiring it, and we're trying to choose what countries to visit. So I don't know, Singapore might be one of them, but I'll tell you this much, the Philippines is definitely there. I'm more interested in the Philippines than Thailand, but I'm going to Thailand because of Grover. So I don't know, I think Thailand's gonna come first. So right now, the order, guys, is Mexico, Thailand, Colombia, Philippines, depending, because I gotta see how close Thailand is to the Philippines, and it might make more sense to do Mexico, Colombia, Thailand, Philippines, since I'll already be because obviously Colombia is close to Mexico, so it doesn't make sense to go from one side of the world to the other side of the world and back to the same damn side of the world. Or does it? It actually might. It might. We'll see. Because maybe it makes more sense to go from a Latin country to an Asian country to a Latin country to an Asian country, just so you guys don't fatigue on the cultural similarities. So I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna go with convenience or if we're gonna go with geography, but I tell you this much, Mexico is definitely gonna be first. That much I know, Mexico is gonna be first. And I know that Thailand and the Philippines and Colombia will also be on the list. I just don't know the order. And what I'm probably gonna do with Brazil is I'm probably gonna do Brazil remotely. I'm gonna let my partner go. I'm gonna have a co-host, and I'm gonna let him go to Brazil, and I'll just come in on the stream because I'm not getting the pokey to go anywhere. So he already done did it, so he can take his ass over there, and I'll StreamYard with him. All right, Van Lee is in here. Don't let down the hair, bro. It's not alpha. Yeah, I know, it's funny niggas be trying to tell me what's alpha. I don't know, it's just funny. Yeah, my hair is, I don't know. I just felt like putting it down because I need to tap into the environment, let my dreads, you know, feel around like antennas and do their job. That's what hair does. Y'all just didn't know that. If y'all thought the Most High had you grow amenities for nothing, that wouldn't make sense. Everything on an animal's body has a purpose. So animals have hair and whiskers for a reason. And guess what? People have hair and whiskers for a reason. Eyelashes for a reason. Nose hairs for a reason. Hair in your ear. All your hairs are for a reason. So when you cut them, you are terminating that function that they do. So that's why I just felt like leaving my hair down today so that I can get some more inspiration from the environment. My intuition is cracking. And for all you niggas asking why I'm always wearing a hat like I got something to hide, my fucking hair is beautiful and luscious, so you can suck a dick. My hairline is perfectly intact. I don't know what the hell these dumbass niggas be talking about. Why are you always wearing a hat? Like, what the hell is wrong with these weirdos these days? Niggas is weirdos. All right, so I'm gonna give it about 2 more minutes, and then we will introduce Sharon, and we'll get rocking. And we got a bunch of late ass students, late to class. But that's how it is when you first start streaming. Kids be late. But don't worry, I have plenty of content to put your ass in detention so you guys can play catch up. Original 20, hi, and I hope all is well. What do you think of Patrick Layoya situation in Grand Rapids? I have no idea, bro. I don't know. I'm late to hear about these things because I don't care about what other people are doing, to be honest. I never even heard of this person. I'd have to like Google it. So you would have to tell me who the hell is Patrick Layoya and what he did in Grand Rapids. I'm more interested in going to Grand Rapids than what happened to this random dude in the Grand Rapids. Yes, Sean, class is in session. It's a damn university. I'm looking for graduates. I'm looking for honor students. All right, so we're almost there. We got 1 more minute. So 1 more minute, and I'm gonna let Sharon take it. And the dog is well behaved, so hopefully that will last. And hopefully we'll get some super chats tonight so we can fund some more equipmente. I want some more mics. That's what I got on the list. Ordered another dummy battery for the second camera. Now I want some mics. What else do I want? What else do I need? Okay, Jaws 2003 says, what's good, everyone? It's a Congo African that got killed by a cop during a traffic stop. Yeah, but you know what? We don't know how many of these stories are true, man. The public just doesn't understand the investment of the establishment to create these psyops, to create these hoax. You know, there's plenty of these so-called Black Lives Matters issues that when you do some investigation, come to find out these people didn't even exist. The people they so-called killed, murdered, innocent, they didn't even freaking exist. Or they'll tell you this person was innocent, come to find out they had a long-ass rap sheet. I'm sorry, man, I just don't believe it just because it was on the news. And also nowadays, seeing isn't believing. We saw planes going to the Twin Tower, yet the people that were there didn't see any damn planes. Photoshop is real nowadays, bro. People could do special effects and Photoshops on their damn cell phone. So Sorry if I'm not buying it. And when these stories get all this media coverage, I have to ask myself, what's the agenda? Because the media is here to distract and confuse and brainwash and, you know. So they're over here getting you all riled up about some cop killing some African. Listen, niggas kill niggas every day. That's the one thing right there that kills me about people's fascination with these stories. Is that, first of all, even if these stories were true, which I highly doubt, okay, you're always talking about isolated incidents. So even if this shit was for real and it really happened, you're talking about a cop that killed a black person somewhere, yet black people killing black people every damn day, every X amount of minutes. You can go look up the statistics, like every 8.4 minutes. Some black male in his 20s kills some other black male in his 20s. And you guys getting all riled up over what the news tells you about a particular white cop and a particular innocent black person. Alleged. But we know for a fact niggas be killing niggas every day because funeral business is one of the biggest, most boomingest businesses in the inner cities. That's one investment that niggas know how to make, because it's funny how black people won't own the damn grocery stores. They won't own the malls. They won't own the hair supply store. They won't own any of those things. But there'd be a black family that owned a damn funeral home. There'd be a black family selling your ass caskets though, because they know that's booming business in every inner city. The way that the murder rate is. So until black women stop killing black babies in the abortion clinics, and until black men stop killing other black men, I don't have the energy. I don't have the emotional energy to invest in so-called white officers killing so-called innocent black men. And that hasn't been my experience. I've been going through all the damn inner cities, and more of my homeboys and classmates were killed by other niggas that look just like us than by police. Every time a nigga tried to kill me, it was some black man, and the police ain't never tried to kill me. So I don't know, man. I'm just not buying it. I'm not buying it. And they go out of their way to give these stories so much media coverage, yet there's so much other pressing issues going on that they don't even talk about. They don't make the front page, but they keep going out of their way to tell you about some innocent black man that got killed. They go out of their way to fund Black Lives Matters. It's funny how they put more money into Black Lives Matters than they put into black education. Just saying, they put more money into Black Lives Matters than giving black people grants, giving black people loans, so that they can open up businesses, so they can have ownership in their own community. It's funny how they don't never put no money on some actual solutions. Okay? If they were helping black men own businesses in their communities, that would solve tons of issues for future generations. If they were putting money into educating black people and to giving them skill sets, teaching them actual trades, actual valuable, tangible skill sets, we would see a lot less crime in the inner city communities. And what I'm talking about isn't some fairy tale. What I'm talking about isn't some imaginary solution that's not possible. You know how I can prove that? Because they give grants and loans to foreigners every day. Every day they're giving foreign people money to come move into America. They're giving them tax forgiveness. They're giving them debt forgiveness and all this type of shit, so that foreigners that barely speak the language or don't speak the language can come here, get acclimated, get educated, and get businesses. But black folk that was born and raised here can't get a loan, a grant, for nothing. So I don't know, bro. I just speak the facts over here. It's amazing to me how dumb the average person is, that they don't realize that there are some glaring contradictions in this whole racism and white supremacy narrative. It's bullshit. Black people are not in the situation that they're in because of racism. It's purely economics. It's economics and ownership. If you don't own shit, you don't have leverage. China doesn't have power in the world because people like Chinese people. Chinese people don't have leverage because, you know, they're not racist to Chinese people. You crazy? Chinese people were in slavery at one time as well. Chinese people were doing all the jobs that people didn't want to do in the New World and throughout the Western world. They were building the bridges, they were mining, they were blowing themselves up trying to mine. Okay, so the Chinese were doing some of the worst possible jobs to build this country, but yet China has leverage now. Why? because they made sure that they own stuff that other countries need. So when it's time to negotiate, China has leverage. Okay? What does black people own? What black countries own essential things that other countries need that they can negotiate with? Nada. Why do they own nada? Because they're indigenous to countries that have resources. So why can't they negotiate ownership of these resources? Because they allow Western countries to come in and turn them against each other and control their assets and their resources. That's why. Jamaica is full of resources, but guess who runs Jamaica? The Queen of England. That's why Jamaica can't negotiate. That's why they can't trade, right? So y'all gotta really stop letting them distract you with this racism shit. This racism shit is what's keeping black Americans behind, because they over here blaming a boogeyman instead of making sure that they own something. All right, it's finally that time. We got some people in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and introduce this beautiful young lady. Let me just get a split screen going on real quick. And boom. Okay, welcome to Authentic Alphas. What is your name? Where are you from? And how old are you?
Hey, hi everybody. I'm from Mexico City and my name is Sharon Polo and I'm 26 years old.
Okay, 26 years old. In
Yeah.
the prime of your life, and you're originally from Mexico City, right?
Yeah, I'm from Mexico City.
Okay. All right. Well, Shannon is like, an extended friend to the channel because I interviewed you when I was in Mexico. So
Yeah.
had you on a live interview, and then you came on Duke and Dawn, I believe at least once or twice did you come on Duke and Dawn?
Yeah, twice. I was twice in channel.
Wait, did you come on there behind my back?
Sorry?
Was I on there with you both times or just once?
No, once.
So you went back on Duke and Dawn without me?
Yeah.
These girls ain't loyal. Oh. No, I'm joking. All right, so, what has your experience been going on podcasts, American podcasts? What can you tell us about it?
Well, all my experience, I had like many experience with other people or foreign people, and I think that all the experience was good because I can learn new things about other people, the culture. So I think that all the experience was good. So
What, have you come to the States? Have you come to America?
yeah, one time I was in New York with my friend. So it was 2 years ago. So
What part of New York? What part?
Sorry?
What part of New York? Just like New York City?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we got Jaws 2003 in here. He said, nice, I need to visit Mexico, very short flights from Florida. Listen, I don't even know why I was checking flights to Mexico yesterday. Because
really?
my boy didn't give me the dates, but I did check flights yesterday. And from Miami, they're $170 one way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, only $170. Which is cheap, not because it's like cheaper than it was, but cheap because the price in flights has gone up because of the fuel, but that's the price that they were before COVID, if that's making any sense. Like I expected it to be like $250 one way because the flights were normally $150, $160 one way. And I checked yesterday and it's $170. And it's not even like way far in advance. It was like a week from now. It was like 10 days from now, and it was only $170. So I was like, really? I was like, okay, yeah, we need to hurry up and get out there. So yeah, guys, if you're on the East Coast, especially the Southeast, Mexico is affordable. And I was checking flights into Mexico City, so that's the capital. That's the main hub, basically. Everybody's always going to Cancun. I'm just laughing at people when they go to Mexico and they're going to Cancun. I'm laughing at them. It's like that's not like Mexico, bro. you're just going to the beach in Mexico. You're not really going to like Mexico to, the culture, or like, you're not going to experience or do much. Cancun is so Americanized, and it's so set up just to, facilitate tourism. I don't know. I would just recommend it for a couple of days and then really actually go to Mexico City, or go to Monterrey or Guadalajara, or, any other, other actual
Puerto
city.
Vallarta. Puerto Vallarta is cool too, sorry.
Yeah, but I mean, that's also very touristy, you know what I mean? It's just some tourist shit, It's not this, it's not the same as what I'm trying to say. And the people are they're not gonna have the mindset that you want them to have. They're gonna have a very like cater to this tourist and try to make some money, get some tips type of. You're not gonna get that Mexican, let me show you my culture, let's have a good time kind of mindset. You're gonna have that, let me show you all the typical shit that all the other tourists do, and then try to make some money off of you to do it. It's just not the same as what I'm trying to say. Like the people that live there, they live there because they're feeding off of tourism. They're not. That's not like just their regular life or whatever. I don't know how to explain it to you, but anyway, it's kind of like people coming to South Beach and thinking like that's Miami. That's South Beach. You know what I mean? That's not Miami. New York City, Times Square. That's not like New York. That's New York where the tourists go. So it's just a little different. But guys, definitely get to Mexico. So I'm gonna ask her some questions about how the girls feel about American guys. So can you give us a little information about how the women feel about American men?
No, sorry.
Can you give us some information about how the women feel about American men?
Yeah, I think I meet like many American guys, and they are so polite, so sweet. Obviously, I only have like a bad experience with one person because he was like, he don't. I think that he don't feel comfortable in Mexico City because people in Mexico City is like, even they don't know you, is they say hi, they try to talk with you like they know you. So I think that this person don't like that. So we was having a breakfast. So the waitress have like came and wants to like talk with him, and he was like disappointed. So it was only one person that had this situation, but I think that the other people that I meet was like wanting to know more about the culture, the Mexican culture, about our feelings or our, I don't know, hobbies. So I think that, and I have friends that date with American boys, and we think that they are good persons. Yeah.
The American guys are sexy to Mexican.
Yeah.
To Mexican girls, all different types, colors. I see a lot of white guys going there getting Mexican wives. A lot of guys from the military, there's a lot of guys they go MIA, and you have no idea where they are. Like, where did this guy disappear to? He went to Mexico and didn't come back. A lot of guys come from the military and they decide to stay there and live off of the money that they're getting from the U.S. government every month. Right? Yeah, it happens because they want that simple life. I've seen a lot of Americans that like relocated to Tulum, not anywhere near where the tourist stuff is at, which is all recent anyway. That's all post-COVID stuff. Tulum wasn't really like a major tourist attraction prior to COVID, but there's a lot of Americans that are like, listen, it's laid back. I could just live a beach life, live on the beach, and just chill, drink beers and margaritas every day, and live cheap, and they're happy. They're happy. They don't need all the super materialistic stuff. Not that they don't have that stuff in the major cities, but you can get by out there basically. So tell us a little something about the difference between Mexican guys and American guys, because in my opinion, I think foreigners treat the Mexican women a little bit better than Mexican men do.
Well, I think that obviously when you meet other people to other country or other city, you can learn, or you can, in my case I can like um, practice my English, because like you hear, my English is not too good. So I like to exchange ideas, to meet other people. So I think that the difference with Mexican boys is like you have other experience, other type of experience. So you can teach other places, you can take to other place, and it's not like the same experience. I don't know if you if you know what I'm um, talking about. So I think that they are funny. Actually, the most of people that I know, it was to other countries. Um, yeah, I know Mexican people, obviously that is lovely too, but I think that you can have like more experience with other people.
Okay, well, I agree 100%, and I'm gonna explain it to them with more, a little bit more depth. First of all, first and foremost, regardless of where women are from, doesn't matter if they're women of the same country that you're from. What women prioritize when they're dealing with men is experiences. This is what a lot of guys don't realize. They overcomplicate it because they don't understand women. So they think, I don't understand women, so they must be so complicated. No, you're thinking too much, and you're thinking with the wrong state of mind. Women are actually very simple, to be honest with you. So it's like, oh, all women care about is money. It's like, no. All women care about is experiences and stability. And those two things tend to require money. Because if you're going to make sure things are taken care of and they stay consistent, then you need to be able to pay for shit on time, and you need to be able to pay for the nicer shit. So women like to be comfortable, and they want that comfort to be stable, to be consistent. Then women like experiences, because one thing women hate is boredom. Women hate to be bored. Bored in any way whatsoever. They hate to be bored in sex, bored in conversation, bored in lifestyle. They never want to be bored, which is why when you see women alone, they have to be on their phone, they have to be going through social media, they have to be FaceTiming their friend, they constantly have to be having mental stimulation, because like I just said, they hate boredom, which is part of why they don't like nice guys. See, guys always say that they're bad people, like oh, women don't like nice guys. It's like, it's not that they dislike nice guys, it's that nice guys are predictable and they're boring. First and foremost, they are fucking boring, and women don't like being bored. Now you think of bad boys as being bad people, but here's the thing though. At the end of the day, they're not boring though. That's the thing. It's like, oh, but he makes her cry, and he makes her this, and he makes her that. But is she bored though? Is she bored though? Exactly. And women will take excitement, and all these interesting things that even if they're painful, they're still interesting. They'll take that emotional roller coaster over boredom any day. So that's what that's about. So what happens is when you go somewhere different, you automatically have an advantage, because the guys there are relatively predictable. The women kind of already know what to expect. They know what these guys are going to talk about. They know what experiences these guys can provide, and they've probably already had them. They've already experienced whatever it is that the locals have to offer. The locals aren't going to suggest somewhere or take them somewhere that they haven't been unless they're wealthy, unless they have money. And that's where the whole aspect of, oh, girls only like guys that have money. The thing is that guys that have money can do interesting shit no matter where they are. They can do interesting stuff in the same damn place where they were born and raised, because they have money to do the things that other guys can't do. Meaning, most likely a woman has not experienced that yet. So you guys have to get in the right frame of mind and stop getting like upset or getting disheartened over the wrong aspect of what you're experiencing. I guarantee you can have no money whatsoever, but if you can provide experiences and excitement, you can keep a chick interested, right? If you can keep on coming up with things without the money, women aren't going to be pressed that you didn't pay for it. If you're taking women to nice restaurants and you know the owner and the meal is on the house, you think she's really going to be like, oh no, because you didn't pay for it. This lobster and steak doesn't count because you didn't pay for it. No, she wanted the experience of eating that at that restaurant. She wanted the experience of that wine and eating that lobster and whatever. And usually that requires money. If you can figure out how to do it without money, it's equally as valuable to her because she still got the experience. So that's what that's about. Don't stress yourself out about that. But we're talking about Mexico and the fact that the dollar goes a lot further, and you're also going to be interesting simply because you're coming from a different culture. You have different stories to tell, and there's a lot of interesting aspects about you. So we're going to talk about why you should go. Okay, so another thing that I want to ask you is, you being 26, are you single, or what's your relationship status?
No, I'm single. I'm single like 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
How are you managing to be single for that long?
Because I was in a relationship 6 years ago, and I have like a bad experience. So I didn't want to have other like similar experience. So I decided that when I be in a new relationship, will be with someone that I'm sure and that it's like we have, like compatibility, or we have like the same interesting. So it's the reason because I'm single so many times.
Why is it taking 6 years to find that?
Sorry?
Why is it taking you over 6 years to find that?
Because I don't know. I have problems with trust in people, because it's like people sometimes it's not, or don't have like the affective responsibility, So sometimes they only want to hang out, but nothing seriously, So it's like when I meet someone, if I don't feel comfortable or I don't like something, I just don't take seriously. So it's the reason because I don't. Oh, sorry.
Uh-oh. Those are sounding like Western woman standards right there. You're sounding like the women here. If he's not perfect, I don't want it.
No, it's not like you look for something perfect, but it's like we are talking, and I was dating like with people that is foreign, so maybe they don't be here much time. They only came for a short time, so it's like I don't want to mix my feelings too much with someone that is not sure that he will be here for many time.
It's already happened though. That's already happened. You're trying not to get attached to visitors, but you're already getting foreign alpha widowed because you have a higher standard now from dealing with these foreign guys. So now you're like, I don't want to go back to messing with these boring local guys. I need. I have a foreign alpha standard now.
Yeah, because I was like dating with someone that wasn't. He only came here from maybe 2 months, 3 months, and then he back to his country, and he was like this. So every time that he came, I stay with him. So actually, sometimes he's like, "Hey, can we meet us on Cancun, on some place near from here?" So when this happened, I meet him there. But it's not like, it's like I told you, I don't feel like I can put all my trust on him. Maybe it's my fault, but I don't know. It's like I think that when I feel something sure, or that I can trust completely in someone, maybe I can try that.
Yeah, Original 20 got this shit all wrong. It seems like she needs to heal from her past situation. Has she gone to therapy? No, you're way off the mark. This has nothing to do with her past relationship that was a negative experience. I just explained it. This is the thing about women. I just told you what they prioritize is experiences. Experiences, excitement, and stability. That's what they prioritize. That's what they want. Now, the issue with that is once a girl has a particular level of experience, now she doesn't want to go back to having a lesser level of experience. Once she's had a certain level of stability, she doesn't want to go back and have a lesser value of stability, like a lesser quality of life, right? Yeah. That's how that is. Once she's had a certain level of excitement, she's not trying to go backwards now and date guys that are less interesting and boring. This is where we come up with the whole term alpha widowed, because it's a thing. Guys experience it, but in a different way. If guys are used to dealing with women that are a certain caliber, a certain level of beauty, they're not gonna wanna go back now from dealing with an 8 to dealing with a 5. They're not gonna feel comfortable. But the next guy, he's gonna be hugging up and holding hands with a 4.5 because he's never had a girl higher than a 5. So to him, that's a state of normality. He's just lucky to be getting laid. But if you've been sleeping with models, you're not gonna wanna go back to dealing with basic average women or below average women. It's not gonna be a comfortable feeling. If you had a Mercedes-Benz at one point in time, you're not gonna wanna be limited to a Toyota Corolla. You're gonna be like, God damn. Yeah. I used to drive a C-Class, and now I gotta drive this punk-ass Corolla. It's gonna be a huge downgrade for you, whereas someone else who's never had a new car before in their life is just happy to have a brand new car. They don't care if it's a Corolla. It's like, it's a brand new Corolla though. I'm the first owner. So it's really not that hard to figure out. And once women have been exposed to certain people, places, and things, they don't wanna go back. And that's why so many women are so damn entitled, especially when it comes to appearances. And these guys act like this is like makes them evil people. It doesn't make her an evil person. If she's a 7 or if she's a 6, okay, and there was a couple of nights where she was in the right place at the right time, and some guy that was a 9.5, you know, for some reason struck out that night, and he had a few drinks, and then he looks over and he sees this 6.8 all by herself. Guess what? He's gonna go home with her. He's gonna put his 9.5 dick to her, 9.5 in rating and 9.5 in length, okay? And after he puts that mojo on her, the next day she's gonna wake up a whole new woman. She's gonna be telling all her girls, ooh, girl, did you see the guy I sent you? I sent you his Instagram. Look, check him out. Ooh, girl, he fine. Who this? Yeah. Girl, I went home with him last night. Girl, you a goddamn lie. Yes, I did. I took him home. He took me home last night. For real? Yeah. Ooh, damn, girl. I know. When you gonna see him again? I don't know. Wait for him to text me. And that guy never texts. Okay, that guy never texts. That guy never hits her up again unless he has another lonely, slow Tuesday, and then he might go fool around, hook up with her again, and lead her on. Now, this girl that's a 6 at best on some Kevin Samuel shit. Now, in her mind, she can get a guy that's a 9. In her mind, she can get a guy that's 6 something, makes $100K a year, drives a sports car, right? Dresses well, and has the new designer cologne. In her mind, that's her new standard now. Okay? And you guys are thinking that she's crazy, she's out of her mind, but she's thinking to herself, but I was sleeping with a guy like that. So in her mind, it can happen. Because he's not telling her to her face, hey, I would never date you. I would never be seen in public with you. You think he's really telling her that? No, he's making up excuses. Oh, I have to work all day. Yeah, I don't get out until midnight. Yeah, I don't get out until it's dark. And I'm invisible on the weekends. I don't exist on the weekends. I can only see you Monday through Wednesday after midnight. Okay? That's his story to her. So this is how these things happen, guys. And she just explained it to you. She's dealing with a foreign guy she thought was interesting, but he wasn't there permanently. Now, she's not interested in going back to the local guys in Mexico. Trust me, I get it. All right, so tell us more. Are you have a visa? Can you travel yourself?
No, I never travel with myself. I actually get my visa like 2 years ago. So it was my first time travel with the person that I told you. So, but I like to travel with myself sometimes because I think that can be fun. But by the situation or all the things that happen, I can't travel with myself. But but yeah, I think that you can get good experience travel with yourself. So I want to try one time.
To travel by yourself?
Yeah.
Well, somebody in the chat is asking, is it safe for people to travel to Mexico? I guess they believe they believe that it's not safe for foreigners to come to Mexico. So I'll let you answer that. Do you think Mexico is unsafe for Westerners?
No, I think that is, well, obviously, like all the countries, they are parts or they are states that are a little dangerous, if you want to call like this. But in general, Mexico City is like so safe, so you can travel here. Actually, foreign people that I know, they say that he is so cheap and it's like you can stay in a good place and you will be okay. So I invite you that all people came to visit Mexico. I think that they will be fun. They for sure have fun.
Yo, I'm telling you, man, you guys got so much of this shit backwards. GZ, can a woman be rehabilitated from being an alpha widow, or is she damaged goods for life? Bro, what are you talking about? So you mean to tell me a guy that's dated models, and now for whatever reason, he doesn't have access to models anymore, he's damaged goods? You guys, your starting point is so fucked up, bro. Western society is over. It's about just saving as many people as possible at this point, but the society itself is a wrap. It's gone. The thinking is already gone, and everything starts with the thinking. It's like you guys look at everything on the surface level. The reason why I'm so irritated by the way people talk is because I'm always looking deeper than that. The way you just phrased that, your whole fucking thinking is fucked up, bro. It's fucked up and backwards. She's not damaged goods because she was able to get something better than what the average is for a short period of time simply because these people don't live in the country. How does that make her damaged goods? All it did was expose her to something better, and naturally she doesn't want to go back. That's a human response to something. That's human. You don't go from experiencing AC to wanting to go back and live in the jungle. That doesn't make you damaged goods. Jesus Christ, man, you guys are really not, you guys just aren't gonna make it, bro. When you talk like that, you're not gonna find any better quality women. You're not gonna find whatever the hell match that you're looking for. Not saying retarded shit like that. In any event, alpha widowed isn't even a derogatory term. So if someone's husband died and they became a widow, they're damaged goods now? No, they just lost something valuable that they had. So anyhow, in any event, bro, there's no rehabilitation. The point is that these women are going to wait around until they find something equal or better because they don't want to settle. And to be honest with you, it's a catch-22 because if they were to settle, then they would be unhappy and eventually begin to resent that person that they settled for, right? If they don't settle, then they're just going to have to go without any guy at all. But you do realize that if they were to settle, that would be selfish and unfair to the guy that they settle with, right? The guy that they settle for. You do realize that, right? But the manosphere is full of a bunch of guys that want to always find an angle to blame it on women, which is the most disgusting response because it's the response that women have. That's what women do. They find a way to blame it on the men. It's got to be the men's fault somehow. If single motherhood is going up, it somehow has to be the men's fault. I read a post on the Tip Network today, and it was funny, but it was so true. But the fact that that's not the common sense conclusion lets you know how backwards everyone's thinking is. Women are constantly complaining about the level of men that's available, the caliber of men that's available, yet women are getting pregnant all the time. So it's just funny how hypocritical it is, because if men are so trash, then why do women keep on getting pregnant out of wedlock by themselves? Why do y'all keep on having babies for random dudes that you're not in a committed relationship with if men are so trash? If men are so trash, then why are you giving these men the highest possible honor or the highest possible thing that you can give them? The most that a woman can ever give a man is a baby. There is nothing more you can give a man than a baby. So if men are so trash, why are you giving guys the most? So it backfires on itself. The thinking just isn't there. The thinking is flawed, right? Now you have men that are subscribing to the exact type of victim thinking. Everything is women's fault now. Everything is women's fault now. Mind you, all the things that you complain about women doing, they couldn't possibly be done without men involved. A woman couldn't be alpha widowed if alpha dudes held a standard. So let me go ahead and get into some G thinking real quick, since this is what this generation lacks. Is G thinking. You lack man thinking, masculine thinking. We're blaming women for being alpha widowed. So let's do what we do with every problem. We go to the root. We go to the cause of the problem. So how did a woman that's a 6 get alpha widowed by a guy that's a 9? The guy lowered his standards out of desperation, out of horniness, out of laziness. And what he did real quick in just one night, right? Just one night, just one lazy night, one lazy drunken night that he had to indulge himself. He couldn't get any of the women he wanted, okay? So he dropped down to a thirsty beta. He dropped down to the same level of a thirsty ass beta simp, desperation, which he has no excuse to because he normally does get butt. He normally does get laid, so you mean to tell me you couldn't go a night without getting laid? And what does he do? He drops down to sleep with a 4, 5, or a 6. So how are we now blaming that on the woman? We're blaming the woman now because she got an opportunity to hook up with a guy that's normally above her league? You see how you guys are so quick to blame the women for everything? But that couldn't have happened unless an alpha decided to be thirsty for a night? Because me personally, I don't operate like that. I did that for a very short period of time in my life, and then I realized if I can't be seen with this woman in public, then why would I be putting my dick in her? That's called integrity. I had to stop and say to myself, why am I over here sleeping with a woman that I gotta hide it from the world? If you can't be proud of who you're sleeping with as a man, then you shouldn't be sleeping with her. It's not that serious. Take your ass to bed. Go to bed, bro. Get some sleep, get up in the morning and go do something productive. You don't have to get butt every day. That's a low impulse. That's a weak-minded person that has to succumb to that weak animal instinct all the time. So I hope you just learned something, GZ and everybody that's listening. Men need to take responsibility for their actions and their decisions and see that they have ramifications. So the same way that simps are polluting the dating market with their behavior and how they desperately chase after women and give them things they don't deserve, well, guess what? So-called alphas also do ruin the market when they sleep with women below their league. When they sleep with subpar women that should be there for the simps, that should be there for the beta dudes. When the alpha dudes, go downtown, they go slum it for a night, they ruin it for everybody too. Women do not have power, okay? Women don't have power. Let's stop giving the women so much damn power. Women have the power of choice. But women can't choose men that don't present themselves to the woman in the first place. A woman can't put you in the friend zone. A woman can't play you. A woman can't stand you up. A woman can't flake on you. A woman can't ghost you. A woman can't use you, manipulate you, lie to you. She can't do any of these things to you if you don't offer yourself to her. If you pursue her, you put yourself in the position for that to happen. So if she's a lying ass chick, stop putting yourself in a position to be lied to. If she's an ungrateful woman, stop giving her things. Stop being generous to an ungrateful woman. Come on, bro. Some of y'all gonna learn. A small percentage of y'all are gonna learn. Anyhow, tell us about the effects of feminism in Mexico. Are the women becoming more and more independent and not relying on men for as many things?
Yeah, I think that it happened because sometimes when women go out, they it's not like they want to feel more independent, but sometimes they only take, I don't know, like here pass like they take an Uber or something like that, and the personal of the taxi driver of the person that are new do these things. So sometimes they finish so waste, and they like want to be alone, or it's easy for they go to home alone, and it's when this happens. But I think that it's not because they want to feel more independent or something like that. So it's because it happens to like young ladies, so it's not only to women that want to feel more independent. So
real quick, let me get to the super chat. Shout out to Cedric, Jean, Felix. Cedric, are you Haitian? Shout out to my Haitian crew, my Haitian posse. Thank you for being one of the few authentic men out there. I know it doesn't need to be said, but never change. No doubt, bro. I am here to try to popularize being honest and just keeping it real, keeping it funky. Because if you don't be honest, what happens is it's like an avalanche. Shit just keeps on getting worse and worse and worse, and we can't figure out how it even got that way, and nobody can reverse the shit. So for me, it's real easy when men start taking responsibility. You know, if you're looking at it like an athlete, and it's like, all right, we had a game last night and we lost. Mm-hmm. Now, if everybody on the team sits together, shut the fuck up and watch the playback tape, you watch the game from beginning to end, and you analyze it as a team, and you start taking note of everything that was done incorrectly, everything that could have and should have been done better. And every player takes initiative for what he did or didn't do and says, oh shit, that was me. I should have made the third pass. We should have rotated the ball more. We had time. We had plenty of time. And then the other player says, you know what? I should have took that open shot. I don't know why I didn't take it. Things would have been different. Okay, I was slacking on defense. I was slacking, bro. I should have been a lot more animated. I didn't stay on my man. You see what I'm saying? If every player sits there and sees what he did wrong and what he could have done better, and they all take ownership and say, okay, number 14, do you know what you need to work on? Yes, I got to get back on defense. Okay, cool. Number 8, do you know what you got to work on? I got to practice my free throws. Okay. 12, do you know what you need to do? Weight room. He overpowered me. There's no reason that I was giving up that much size. Okay, so now we can become a better team now. Now we can figure out how to win games because everybody's willing to see where they need to take responsibility. But all this pointing the finger, I'm telling you right now, that's why the situation is not getting better. And that's also why women don't respect men today. Women don't respect niggas because dudes don't be taking no initiative and they don't take no accountability and no responsibility. You don't get women to be accountable by complaining about it, pointing the finger, accusing them of shit. You know how you get women to behave? You create value within yourself and then you ignore them. That's how you get women to behave. You be something that they want or need and then you ignore them until they meet your standards. That's how that operates. That's how that works. Okay? But all that shaming them and all the tactics that they use on men, those tactics don't work on women. That's what you guys got to understand. Those tactics do not work on women. So when you try to catch women in a lie and you try to pull up on her when she's with another dude and say, oh, you told me you were at work. Look, I caught you with the guy. Bro. That shit doesn't work with women, bro. I'm telling you right now, it doesn't work with women. What it does is it gives them an opportunity to justify doing what they're doing to you. That's how they think. They're like, you see, that's why I'm with this guy. That's why I'm cheating on you. That's why, because you're a little bitch. You see what I'm trying to say? So You have to always look at yourself and say, what did I do wrong? What could I have done better? Period. And I guarantee you guys, you're going to get better results just saying, somehow this was my fault. Let me figure out what I can do better. And it's not about guilt. It's not about blaming yourself. That's something completely different. I'm not talking about that depressing, self-hatred. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about just simply saying, how could I have played this better? What could I have done to get a better result? And I'm going to do that next time. Not with the same chick, because I'm done with her. I'm moving on. I'm done with that. But next time around, what can I do better? How can I conduct myself better? Because if you just keep on going around saying, it's female nature, that's what females do. Okay, so you're going to start dating boys? You going to start kissing boys? What you going to do? You going to be like Will Smith's son? This is a serious question. If you're going to sit here and blame it on female nature, what are you going to do? You're going to start listening to Lil Nas X? You're going to start wearing dresses? Exactly. You're still going to deal with women, right? So shut up and figure out how to deal with women. They are what they are. You know what I'm saying? All right, so you're 26 and you're single. What are we going to do about the shot clock? When do you plan on, or are you planning on getting married? Your mic is muted.
I don't expect like a specific age to be married.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get married one time in my life, but I don't know. I'm not pressure for that. I'm not rushed about meet someone or like say I want to get married and have babies right now. So I'm taking my time. I like to take my time with myself, maybe do things that I like. So in this moment of my life, I don't feel like I'm rushed to know someone to get married.
Well,
so
let me ask you this: Do you think as you get older, your options in men are going to get better or they're going to get worse?
No, I think that it will be better because I'm like know other things, other person, so I don't want to. Maybe I think that the ideal age to get married is like 30 because maybe you know more things, you have more experience, all. Maybe you try to or you do other things that you didn't do in the past. So I think that maybe 30 is like the perfect age to get married. Maybe if I arrive to the 30s and I don't find someone or something, I will be rushed. But right now I'm good with myself. I'm working in myself, so I think that it's cool for the moment.
Okay. Now let me tell you why that math is off, and I'm gonna prove it to you. All right. So this is how you do it. This is how you get your Kevin Samuels on. All right. This is how you make a woman realize the error of her logic with her own points. You said that you think around 30 is the age to get married, right? All right. So let me ask you another question. How long do you think you need to be with a man to get to know a man before you can make the decision to marry him?
Oh, sorry?
How long do you think that you need to be in a relationship with a man before you know him well enough to make the decision to get married?
I think that all is relative because maybe you can know to one people that you stay too much time and you don't feel like the good vibes, like good connection, but you can meet someone that you only have few time to know him and it's like good connection. So I don't expect for a specific time. I mean, if you have the same feelings, if you want the same interest, so maybe you can do in 6 months, 8 months, 1 year, 2 years. I don't know. Maybe it's not the time. You have to talk with the person and share moments and know him and that he knows you. and then you decide if you want to share, maybe not all your life, but the most of your life, or get married with someone. So
Okay. All right. The logic is about to fall apart again. Who does the proposing, the man or the woman?
mm, I think that in my personal opinion, I prefer that the man propose to me, because I'm a little traditional. So I
Okay.
like all this stuff. When they do all the propose. So when it's like a surprise, or they do like cute things to ask you for a get married. So
Okay.
in my opinion, I prefer that he asked me to.
Okay. So now I'm going to show you how little your opinion matters and how you're making the mistake that is commonly made by women. Y'all got this all wrong. You got it all backwards. Now, it's not about your opinion. He decides if, when, and how he's going to propose to you. He decides how long he wants to be in a relationship with a woman before he decides whether or not he wants to marry her, if he's going to marry her. So let's just say hypothetically, and this is on average from all the guys I've known in the last 20, 25 years that have either proposed to a woman, been married, considered getting married, whatever. On average, guys are in no rush to do this because the relationship doesn't change in a way that benefits them more. If a guy's already dating a woman, the next step is to live with her. If he's living with her, there becomes even less incentive now to marry her because he's already living with her. He already has her exclusively. Putting a ring on it is going to add what to the relationship for him? Nothing. The only thing more she can add to a relationship is children. And a man deciding that I want to be married before he has children is not an essential benefit to him. It's just him saying he wants to do it the right way or whatever, right? So now let's say that you're with a guy. Let's say you get with a guy tomorrow. Let's say you meet a guy tomorrow. You guys start dating within a month. Now let's say this guy says he really likes you, so he dates you for a year. Okay. Now then let's say he decides, oh God, I love you now. Now I want to move in and live together. Okay, now you live together. Now another year goes by and he says, I'm considering marrying her. I think I might propose. So a few months later, he finally proposes. And now the wedding is set for 9 months to a year. And then that 12 months goes by and you guys finally get married. You do realize that's 4 fucking years. So that would make you 30. Congratulations, you got married when you think that a woman should get married. But guess what? Everything that I just said is contingent on you dating that guy starting, tomorrow. So while you're over there thinking that you got plenty of time and you're in no rush and blah, 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 no, you are tripping. You are already behind. Because if you plan on being happily, securely married by 30, you need to have already been dealing with this guy. You need to already be dating this guy to even have the expectation that he's gonna marry you by 30. Hence, you end up like these women that are pissed off, miserable, and bitter because they gave a dude 3, 4, 5, 6 years of their life and he decided not to marry them. And now their time is wasted and they can't get it back. And now they're already in their 30s doing just what you said would happen. If you get into your 30s and for some reason you're not married, then you're gonna feel the need to rush. Well, guess what that does? That pushes the new men away. Because the new men that you just meet at 31, 32, 33, you just met them. They just started dating you. They just started sleeping with you. So when you're like, where's this going? Are you marriage minded? Are you dating with a purpose? Do you want to get married? That guy's like, whoa. You know what? I'm uncomfortable. I don't even want to do this anymore. Now I want less of a commitment with you. I want less with you. Okay? So I see so many women doing what you're doing. It's unbelievable. This is the majority of what modern women are doing. They're setting themselves up because they keep on thinking that all of this stuff is up to them. They keep thinking it's how they feel and when they're ready and what they want. the part that you're missing out on is that this requires another human being that is fully autonomous, that has his own thoughts, has his own desires, has his own goals, his own expectations. This requires a whole nother human being to agree to your timeline. It amazes me that women don't take this into consideration. This literally requires another person to plan their life in accordance with yours. And women think that they can decide all of this on their own before they even met this guy. They're already in their head thinking, oh, I'll start thinking about marriage at about 29. And yeah, I think I'll have my first kid at about 31. Not thinking to themselves, are you sure that a guy wants to marry a woman in their 30s? Are you sure that a guy wants to have a baby with a woman over 30? Like, what guy do you think wants that? Because you're making the assumption that that guy is also going to be the guy that you think is good enough to marry you. And that's a very lofty expectation. That's highly unlikely, actually. Those guys that are in a position to do and offer all of what you want, they can pick pretty much a wider range of women. And if they have their choice, they're probably going to lead towards what men want most, which is youth and beauty. So if this guy can have his pick of a woman to marry and provide a life for, and be a father to her children and be a husband to her, what makes you think that he's picking women that are 30? He's probably picking women that are your age now. He's probably picking women that are 24, 25, 26, and you're 24, 25, 26 now, which means now is your best option for a husband. Not 4 years from now, not a week from now, not 7 days from now, now. Like this moment, you have a better chance of finding a quality husband than you do tomorrow. And every day after, you're less and less likely to find the guy that you want that's gonna wanna do what you want on your timeline. Just being honest with you. You women need to wake up to this reality. Because the guy that you like is not a weak guy. The guy you like is a guy that has options, he has power. So you have to respect what he wants and his opinion more than yours, because he's the one that's making that life happen. You're not making that life happen for him. He's making that life happen for you. You're not proposing to him. You're not buying him a ring. You're not buying him a house. You're not paying for him to get pregnant. You're not paying for him to raise children. He's paying for you. You get what I'm saying? He's the customer, right? You work for him. So I'm just saying, you got to start thinking like that. What else is going on up here? Where the super chats at, guys? What's going on?
No, yeah. I mean, I think that maybe I don't think about that in like so deep. So for me, it's not like so important to get married. I mean, if I get married what time or not, it's not big deal for me in this moment of my life. Maybe in a few years, I say, oh, yeah, he's right. I have to get married when I was younger. But yeah, for this moment of my life, I don't feel like it's like my target, you know. So
I understand that, but again, this is the mistake that women make. They keep on thinking that how they feel in their 20s is how they're going to feel in the 30s, and how they feel in their 30s is how they're going to feel in their 40s, and it is not. No women are prioritizing marriage in their 20s. No women are like, oh, I need marriage right now. I want and need marriage right now. What they don't realize is 10, 15 years from now, you're really going to be desperate to want to be married and to want to be taken care of. And guess what? It's going to be too late for the guys that you think you want. Trust me, I don't expect you to understand it, because like women just never fucking get this point. They just don't understand. It's not about how you feel now. Okay? When guys go to school to be a doctor, okay, do you really think that they're thinking, oh, I want to be a doctor right now, I need to be a licensed doctor right now at 22? No. They're thinking, I want to be into the medical field. I want to be a doctor, for my career. So in order to do that, I would have to do well in high school. Then I would have to do well in college. Then I would have to go to school to be a doctor. It's a whole process that they have to go through for many years in order to be a doctor in their 30s. But they can't wait until their 30s and say, you know what? I want to be a doctor. I want to be a doctor. Let me snap my fingers and just become a doctor. No, the people who are doctors spent over 7 years becoming a doctor. So this is what women don't understand. They think that when they're done having their fun, and they're like, okay, I've enjoyed my youth. I've done everything that I'm going to do. Okay, I'm ready to be married now. I'm ready to be a wife and a mom. Okay, where's my tall, handsome, rich guy? Where are you? Where are you, my tall, rich, handsome husband? I'm ready to settle down now and be the wife. I am ready now to be the wife. Where is he? Yeah, you know where he is? He's with a 24-year-old.
Yeah.
That's where he is. He's engaged to a 24-year-old. A woman that's willing to give him her youth. See, women don't get the exchange. And it's very frustrating because the question is, where do they get this selfish mentality from? Women don't understand the exchange that marriage is. It's you giving a man your youth, beauty, and exclusivity when you are young and that stuff is actually valuable. And he's giving you this lifelong stability. Okay, he's providing for you for all these years past you being beautiful and being desirable. Somehow women are thinking that they're not going to give up their youth and their beauty and their womb when they're young and it's desirable and valuable and men want it. They think that they're not going to give it up then. They're going to go and do whatever they want with it. And then later, when it's not valuable and desired by men anymore, and they don't have all these options and all these fun things to do, and all these guys chasing them and willing to be nice to them and do all this stuff, right, to get a turn, they think later when it's not valuable anymore, there's going to be some guy out there that spent his life becoming valuable that can provide, and that guy's going to say, oh, no worries, for the next 20 years of your life, I'm going to go ahead and take care of you. Now that you're 35, and you're nowhere near as hot as you were when you were 25, now that you're 35 and you had 8 boyfriends since you were 25, right? Now that you're much older now, nowhere near as attractive, now I'm going to spend the next 20 years taking care of you. I'm going to spend the next 20 years paying for your shit, paying your bills, and keeping you comfortable. It's unbelievable to me that women think that they're going to get that deal. Do you know how selfish and ridiculous that is? It just doesn't make any damn sense. But this is what modern women expect. That they're going to have fun, live their best life, have all their freedom, and then later there's going to be some high-value guy that's waiting now. After he worked to be in that position. After he did all of that, now he's just gonna say, hey, you ready? You ready for me to start paying for stuff? No, come move into my big house. Oh, so no worries, I'll buy you a brand new car. Whatever you need, just let me know and I'll buy it. Well, no, whenever you're ready to have kids. No rush, whenever you're ready to have kids. 34 is fine. However many kids you want. 1, 2, it's up to you. Just let me know and I'll pay for them. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. I'm sorry to tell you that it doesn't work that way. The men that are waiting to marry you when you're in your 30s are the men that you're saying no to now. And guess what? You know why they're still waiting for you? Because everybody else is saying no to them too, which means nobody wants them. Those are the guys that's still waiting for you at 35. And you know why else they're waiting? Because the young girls still don't want them. The young girls still don't want them. So they don't have the options. Because if they did, they wouldn't be waiting for you. It's that fucking simple. If they could get 25 and 26-year-olds, they wouldn't be waiting around for you to be ready at 32, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. And like I said, I just don't understand how women haven't noticed this pattern yet, because it's happened to generation and generation of women before them. You keep rejecting guys. Those same guys that you're rejecting are going to be the only guys waiting for you. That is dead ass it. Okay, I just broke up with my girl because she's in her 30s now, and she thought now was the time to stop behaving properly. And it's like, whoa, now is not the time for you to act up because my tolerance is non-existent. I can replace you with a woman 10 years younger than you now, like right now. I can open my phone, I can go to Instagram, and I can start DMing 20-something-year-olds, and they'll respond, and I'll be on a date. And that will be that. And because they're 22, 23, 24, I am in no rush to get them to a commitment stage. I can casually date them for months before progressing the relationship to something like that. You don't have that type of time with women in their 30s. When you take a woman in her 30s out to eat, she's already asking you, so what are your intentions? Where is this going? What are your plans? How do you see me? Where is this going? Yeah, because they know that their time is up. When you're dating women in their 20s, they have the same attitude that you have. I got plenty of time. Yeah, whatever. When I'm ready. So all I'm telling you is be prepared. I'm not picking on you. I'm trying to let you see the truth because so many women don't see it. And then when they get there, they're thinking, why didn't anybody tell me? Why was I lied to? Right? Why did people tell me that marriage is for later? Marriage is not for later. It's never been for later for women. Never in the history of humans has marriage been for later. It's always been something that families were in a rush to do. But women are taught to look at that as oppression. Oh, your father was trying to give you away like cattle. No, your father understood that the earlier he marries you off is most likely the best opportunity that he's going to get you. The longer he waits is the lesser value of man that's going to be willing to marry you and commit to you. It's just the way it is.
Well, but I don't know. I have friends that get married with someone that they thought that was the love of her life, and they get the divorce like 3 months later. So is the point? Maybe obviously you have your point. I have my point.
Yeah, those are exceptions though. But what I'm saying is backed by the majority. What you're saying is an exception. People getting divorced within 3 months, that's an extremely small minority. What I'm talking about is the extreme majority. Okay? You're not going to tell me that there's a majority of women who wait until their 30s to get married that will tell you that they're satisfied with the guy that they married. That's bullshit. Okay? Those studies have already been done, and the women themselves are admitting that they did not marry the guy that was their first option. They did not marry the guy they wanted to be with. They settled. And it's funny because these are the same women that kept on saying, I'm not going to settle. And guess what they ended up doing? Not only settling, but settling for far less than what they kept on saying they weren't going to settle for. So you have all these women saying they're not going to settle for a 7, they're not going to settle for a 7.5, I'm not going to settle for a 7.8, and what do they end up settling for? A 5.9. Because they don't understand how this works. They don't get it. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't get it because the power to reject men is blinding to women. It confuses women. When women are constantly rejecting men, they think that they have these options. You do not, because all the guys that you're rejecting are not valuable. So unless you're rejecting a bunch of guys that are very valuable, you do not have the options you think you have. Not only that, women aren't rejecting men for marriage. They're mostly rejecting men for just simply sex. So it confuses them because they keep on thinking like, oh, so many guys want me. So many guys want me. You know what? I'm just going to hold out for one that I really want. No. There aren't many guys that you want coming to you. In fact, there's no guys you really want coming to you. That's why you're rejecting all the guys and still single. So I give you an example of how this should be obvious, but it's not. When you go on Instagram, there you see the most beautiful women. And they'll have 9,000 likes on a picture, 10,000 likes on a picture, 40,000 followers, 50,000 followers, but they're single. Huh. So you mean 10,000 men like your picture and not one of those men are good enough to marry? Matter of fact, let me not even be that extreme. You mean 10,000 men liked your picture, but not one of them are good enough to be your boyfriend? That doesn't mean you have a lot of options. That actually means you have very little options. That's like me being an advertiser, and I got 10,000 people to see my advertisement, and not one person bought it. Not one person bought my product. That doesn't mean I have a lot of customers. That doesn't mean I have a huge customer base. That means I have no fucking customer base. You mean to tell me 10,000 people saw my ad and not one person bought my product? Women really aren't seeing this shit for what it is. You don't have the options you think you have. You don't. And what I'm trying to tell you is you're playing with your life. Because you keep thinking it's not a big deal now. When you are 36, you are not going to be saying, oh, I don't really care about getting married. If I don't get married, it's okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because I prefer that get married with the first person that proposed me. You know, I know maybe I finish alone, or I don't know. Maybe I get married in 6 months. Later, I don't know, but I prefer that. I prefer to wait because when I think that maybe if I know someone, if he loves me, he didn't care. He won't care if I have 30, 35 or the age that I have.
Okay, let me ask you a question. How the hell does a man get to love you if he never even bothers to ask you out? I'm telling you, your logic, the more you explain this, is the less it makes sense. So you're over here telling me that love is supposed to conquer age. You're over here telling me, well, if a man really loves me, it won't matter that I'm 30-something. You're not getting it. The guy that you think is attractive, the guy that you think is good enough for you, is not going to be asking you out at 30-something. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He's not going to fall in love with you first and then figure out how old you are. He's not going to fall in love with you first and then be like, you're 35? Don't worry about it. I love you, girl. It's okay. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. He's gonna say, hey, how are you? What's your name? Oh, how old are you, Shannon? Oh, I'm 34. And in his mind, he's already decided, I guess we'll just be having sex then. Okay? It's just like when you go to a restaurant to order something and you're like, oh, yeah, what is the soup of the day today? Oh, chicken. Ah, I see. Okay, I guess we won't be having the soup. That's how that works. So I don't know where women are getting this fairy tale logic that if a man loves you, somehow he's going to overlook you having a bastard child. He's going to overlook you being 35. He's going to overlook you having student loan debt. Like, where do women get this from? And I'm going to tell you where they get it from. They get it from low quality men. Because low quality men, you can tell them that stuff in the beginning and they will still pursue you. So women think to themselves, oh, all I gotta do is find a valuable guy that feels the same way that this loser feels about me. Guess what? That's not gonna happen. Because if you tell a valuable man that's the end of the conversation. This is what the single mothers don't get. You're not gonna meet a valuable dude and then tell him, by the way, I have a 4-year-old daughter, and then he continues to pursue you with the same mindset. It's not gonna happen. I'm a man. I'm telling you how men think. When you meet a woman, you're like, damn, she's fine as hell. Hey, what's up, girl? How old are you? Oh, I'm 32. Oh, shit. You don't look 32. And then the girl is blushing like, oh, thank you. I get that a lot. I get that a lot. Thinking it's a compliment. That's not a compliment. In his head, he's thinking, damn, I didn't even know she was 32. If I knew she was 32, I wouldn't have even said hello. That's what a valuable dude that knows his options is thinking. He's not thinking it's okay that she's 32 because she doesn't look 32. All the men that say that to me are always men with low self-esteem, right? Shout out to the chat. Pay attention to what I'm saying. This is real shit what I'm telling you. I consult men on a daily basis. All the men that say to me, I'm dating this 34-year-old. And I'm like, dude, why are you dating a 34-year-old? You're 36. Well, she doesn't look 34. That's a guy with confidence issues. That's a guy with self-esteem issues. That's why he's giving me that fucking response. Valuable men do not respond like that. Valuable men say, yeah, man, she's fine as hell, but she's 34. I'm only gonna sleep with her. That's what valuable men say with that. Only weak men who don't know their value say, but she doesn't look her age though, Allende. It's okay because she doesn't look her age. Only insecure men make excuses because if they don't deal with that girl, they think they can't get a better girl. They think they can't get another one. So they're desperately trying to hold on to this one and make every excuse to hold on to her. Even though she's not acting right, even though she's not grateful, even though she's not that interested. They're still trying to make excuses. No, well, what it is, and then if I carry the 1 and I add a 9 and divide it by 2, no, bro, the value's not there, okay? So I'm telling you right now, the perspective of valuable men, when he says you don't look your age, what he's saying to you is you are too old for anything other than sex. And because women don't understand this, they have sex with him, they sleep with him a couple of times, and then he ghosts them, and they're confused, and then they blame him. Why do men play these games? And why do men do this? And why do men ghost us? And why do... The reason why is because you're too old. You're too old for what he wants long term. Period. And he doesn't have to make the compromise for you. He doesn't have to. People that have to compromise are people who don't have options. When you go to buy something and you can't afford the one you really want, what do? You compromise. If you want the iPhone 13, but you can't afford it, what do? You get the iPhone 12. Okay? People that can't afford what they want, compromise. The people who can get exactly what the fuck they want. People with money, they have their old iPhone and they have the new iPhone because they didn't need to trade in the old iPhone to afford the new one. They just bought the new one and went about their business. They didn't trade in the old one for credit and then pay monthly installments to get the new one. They just simply bought the new phone and went about their business. And that's what they do with women. So I'm just being honest with you because nobody else is being honest with these women until it's too late. Shout out to Kevin Samuels, but Kevin Samuels is not telling women the truth when it matters. Kevin Samuels is telling women the truth 5, 6, 7 years and 3 babies too late. That's when Kevin Samuels tells women the truth, when they're 40 with 3 bastard children. It's too late. I tell women the truth when they're in their 20s with no children. Okay? When they have time to make a change. You have time to seriously go find a valuable man, come to an understanding, and get your ass in a serious relationship so that you can be married by 28, 27, 29. Be smart. You are running out of time. If you believe otherwise, you are going to hurt yourself. Facts. These are facts. Okay? So I'm just letting you know. You don't know they don't want to be saved. LMAO, I hope you are getting paid for this therapy session. No, bro, I don't need to get paid to help people, bro. Because you don't understand. I'm 40. I know women my age, and I watched them become 40. And they sat there and said all the stuff that you're saying, and now that they're 40, they're singing a different song. And they didn't want to listen to the people that was trying to tell them, because the people that were trying to tell them weren't telling them why.
Nephew, so I don't want a child right now. I want to be older. Maybe it's like I told you. Maybe for me the ideal age to have child or to get married is when I pass more time. You know, I want to do more things, or I want to do to know other places alone. So maybe at 30.
Okay. So what's more important to you? Being attracted to a guy, or him just simply having enough money to take care of you and the children?
Oh, I think that both are important because obviously you have to have like a good economic to have a child to provide everything that he needs or she needs. So I think that both are important.
So it's more important that he can provide for you and the baby than it is that you're actually attracted to him and you like him.
Yeah, I mean, I have a career, you know. I can prove it too, so I don't have problem
Your
with
career
that.
means nothing when you're pregnant. You're not going to
Well,
work when you're pregnant.
why not? Because it's not like you can do nothing. I mean, if you are working, you can have like the time of the pregnancy to rest, but then you come back, you know. But it's
Okay,
not
so
like
you're gonna go back to work with a newborn. Who's gonna take care of the baby? Who's gonna breastfeed? Who's gonna change the diapers? Who's gonna bond with the baby?
but I think that I can. Well, I work in a place that I can do like home office, so maybe I could do that.
Do you
So
think you're gonna be able to focus on work with a newborn baby?
no, I think not.
It's not
No,
gonna
I
happen.
think not.
And you're not going to want to step away from that baby at all. You're not going to want to step away from the baby while you're home with the baby. You're not even going to want to be in the next room from the baby for the first few months. So it's not realistic. You need a man that's going to be able to provide for you the entire first couple of years. And when I say first couple of years, I'm talking about from 6 months pregnant for 2 years. So that baby is going to be what, 1.5? By the time that you're able to, like, you know, let someone else help you with the baby, before the baby's old enough for someone else to help you with the baby without you being there. So you have to be realistic. And if you're thinking that you're going to find a guy that you're attracted to that also is going to have that type of income and be willing to settle for you, because that's what it is at that point, which is another thing that's just amazing about women's logic. They only focus on what they are willing to settle for and what they're not willing to settle for. It never occurred to them that they're something that a man doesn't want to settle for. It's just amazing that that never occurred to them. It never occurred to you that you'll be in a position where a man doesn't want to settle for you. You would be settling. See, the difference is with me, I say it to women's faces. I'll tell a woman to her face, if you're 30-something and I'm making X type of money, I'm not going to settle for you. You're not going to be good enough for me. I'm telling you right to your face. This is something that my ex didn't like. It's like if I'm 42 years old and I'm making $200K a year, what 35-year-old am I settling for? In what universe? In what universe am I going to find a 34-year-old that looks better than, is purer than, is more coachable, and has more to offer me than a woman in her 20s? In what universe? Because it damn sure isn't on Earth, not human women, not Earth women. I'm gonna have to breed with an extraterrestrial if I'm gonna be with a 30-something-year-old female that's gonna offer me more as a husband and a father than a 20-something-year-old. You got me fucked up. But it goes equally, because if a woman is 25, 26, or 27, and some guy is 24 saying, yo, what's up, you wanna marry me? You know what I'm saying? You wanna be my wife? Making 50K a year at 24 years old, he's thinking he's gonna marry a woman and provide for her. Yeah, right. She's not gonna settle for it. She's not gonna subject herself to that minimal support. She's not gonna say, let me commit to a guy that only makes $52,000 a year. Let me commit to a guy that's in his early 20s and only makes $52,000 a year. Yeah, let me commit to that and then struggle as a stay-at-home mom on $52K a year. She's not gonna do it. She's not gonna settle for that. She's gonna say, no, I'd rather a guy that's at least 10, 15 years older than you that makes at least 20, 25% more than what you make. She's gonna want a guy that at least is making 70-something a year. You get what I'm trying to say? She's not gonna put herself in that position because she knows it's gonna be painful to try to get by on that little of money with children. So why would a man sit here and settle for a woman that has so much less to offer him than a woman 10 years younger? Again, it just doesn't make sense. But I'll tell you the guy that will. The guy that will is a guy that's much older than you. So if you're 35, a guy that's 45, 50, okay, who's short, unattractive, and has a belly as big as yours when you're pregnant, that little fucking, that little egg-shaped, Humpty Dumpty little dude, that dude will do it. He'll marry you at 35. You know why? Because women aren't interested in him. They're not attracted to him. So he's willing to basically buy his wife. He's willing to buy his wife. And because he's 50, you're young. 35 is young to him because he's 50. He's 15 years older than you. So in his mind, I got a young woman. Okay? And he's happy that you're having his baby because nobody else wants to have his baby. And he's happy to share his resources with you because nobody else wants to be with him without it. So what I'm trying to show you here is that what you're asking for is only going to happen with that type of guy. And if that's fine with you, because you're over here saying that if he loves me, he'll accept that I'm 35. Okay, that's simp talking right there. The guys that are going to be telling you, I love you just the way you are, those guys, those are the guys that you are rejecting now. The guys you're rejecting now are the guys that think and talk like that. I'll take you as you are type shit. You don't have to improve anything. You don't have to do anything in exchange. You don't have to do anything for me. You don't have to like me. You don't have to love me. You don't have to respect me. You don't have to admire me. No. Just be beautiful. That's enough for me because no beautiful girls want me. So I'm just lucky to have you because you're beautiful. In order for you being beautiful to be that valuable to him, he would have to be ugly. You see how that works?
Well, I don't know.
That's the price that you're going to have to pay is what I'm saying. So that's fine though, because there's women that are cool with that. I've seen many women that are happy with their unattractive man because to them the priority was to be taken care of and the priority was to be able to have children that are financed, that are paid for. You see what I mean? There are women that are willing to tolerate an unattractive man simply to have a comfortable lifestyle and their children be well taken care of. A lot of times it's women that come from poor-ass countries. So they're willing to live that life and consider it a win. But you sound like you want a lot more out of life. So all I'm saying is you just make sure that you have a plan is all I'm trying to say. Make sure you have a plan because it sounds like you're leaving a lot up to chance. And if that doesn't happen, then what? Now, there's people speaking to you in Spanish. I don't read Spanish, so...
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel that it's weird that men only are looking for young and beautiful women. I think that maybe you can offer more than beauty and youngest. I think that if you have the same gains to do, to travel, to do things, I think that it's not like a requirement if you are young or if you are beauty. It's the same with me, no? I don't want to know the handsome man, but it's like I don't have a good time with him. So
yeah, but you're missing the point. What you're doing right now is you're trying to decide what men find valuable in women. You're thinking that you make that decision. You don't make that decision. And I'm telling you right now, all that other stuff that you're mentioning, that comes after her being young and beautiful. But the funny thing is, there's no women that are out here saying, oh, I don't care if a man has no money. As long as he treats me well, and he's funny, and he's fun to be around. Yeah, right. That doesn't pay the bills. Okay? So, women want a guy that's all of that after he pays the bills. After he pays the bills on time, then she wants you to be fun and treat her well and be nice and be compassionate and give her attention and spend time with her and have a connection and all of that comes after the bills are paid. Okay? So all of that value that you're talking about, men aren't looking for that until after the woman is beautiful. After she's young and beautiful, then we'll talk about her being loyal. Then we'll talk about her being this and being that and blah, blah, blah. But men are not out here with ugly women that are loyal. Ugly women that are honest. Ugly women that are family orientated. She's ugly, but she's cooperative. She's ugly, but she's feminine. She's ugly, but she's supportive. That's not how that works, boo. It's not how that works. Everything that you keep on mentioning is things that come after the attraction. So what I'm trying to tell you is stop thinking that a man is going to be making all these compromises and all these concessions for you, when in all actuality, he would have never met you and got to know you in the first place if you didn't meet the requirements. If you didn't meet the prerequisite of being young and beautiful, you wouldn't even be having the conversation with this guy. You wouldn't be having that conversation. All right? Guys hit on waitresses all the time. But they don't hit on waitresses because of their excellent service. They hit on waitresses because they're attractive. If the waitress is unattractive, you just get to your order. Yeah, I'll have the lamb. Go ahead and give me some potatoes. And for my other side, I'll just have a salad, thank you. That's it. They just order their food and they tip based on the service and they call it a fucking day. But when she's young and beautiful, a whole nother conversation is being had. Hey, what's your name? So where are you from? Oh, wow, oh, nice. When'd you move here? Oh, okay. Well, how old are you? Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Yeah. So are you single? Are you seeing anyone? Oh, yeah. Oh, so what are you doing after this? Oh, yeah. It's a whole nother conversation now. Because she's young and attractive and available. Whole nother conversation. So I don't know how you think that men are falling in love with women and overlooking these things. They don't get that. They don't get to that conversation for women that are young and beautiful. Not quality men. There's no men out there making great money that are handsome and tall and attractive, and they're out here giving all these mediocre women a shot. They're getting to know unattractive women. They're getting to know women in their 30s. It just doesn't work like that. It doesn't. And the only reason why women are still available in their 30s is because it doesn't work like that. That's the funny thing. Why are there women out here that are 30-something and single? You know why? Because that's not what the quality men are looking for. That's not what the quality men want to commit to. That's why they're on the dating apps. Okay? That's why they're fooling up all the dating apps. Because they're over here trying to increase the search. They're like, fuck, I need to cover more ground. There has to be a guy out there somewhere that's good enough for me. Yeah, okay. There's a guy next door that's good enough for you, but you're not good enough for him. That's why when I ask women, what are they looking for in a guy, and I let them go ahead and make that paragraph, then after they make that paragraph, I simply ask them, okay, now what is it about you why this guy is going to want to date you? And they can never answer that question. They can try to say a bunch of stupid shit, like, I have a really good personality, and also I'm educated, and I'm just like, yo, everything that you're talking about, this guy would never get to know that, because the moment he asks you how old you are, the conversation is over. The moment you're like, yeah, I'm 36, he's gone. He's gone. I'm 30, gone. You started the sentence with a 3, you already lost his interest. And women know this to be true. You know how they know it to be true? Number 1, they get uncomfortable when they're turning 30. And number 2, after 30, they start saying that it's impolite to ask their age. Huh. So if age didn't matter, then why is it a big deal when they're turning 30? And if age didn't matter, why are they uncomfortable to be asked their age in their 30s? Because when I ask women in their 20s their age, they're only uncomfortable if I say, oh, you're 22? You're a baby. Then they're uncomfortable. They're like, what you talking about? I'm not a baby, I'm grown. Okay? But they're not ashamed, okay, of being too old. So that's what I'm trying to tell you, is that don't lie to yourself. society is lying to you. There's no need for you to also lie to yourself. Because I'm telling you what men actually think, and you're over here giving me like this fairy tale perception of what you think men should think. I don't know where you're getting that from, but this is not how men think. Maybe they will say it to your face because they want to sleep with you, which is what makes it so hard for women to get the truth from men in the first place. It's hard for women to get the truth from men because they have vaginas. So it's hard to have a vagina and get honesty. You see what I'm saying? When you have something that someone wants, it's hard to get honesty. Because they want that thing. That's why when guys be telling me how women have been lying to them, the first thing I ask them is, what are you doing for this chick? And then they always start starting, Ayende, what do you mean? It's like, yo, knock it off. Women don't lie for free. So if you're telling me that a woman has been lying to you, that means you're providing her with something. Because she's lying to continue receiving whatever the fuck it is that you're giving her. There's no way in hell that you're not giving a woman anything and she's going through the trouble of lying to you. You see what I'm trying to say? You're doing something for her. You're paying for something. You're buying her something. You're taking her somewhere. You're doing something is why she's lying to you. If she's sleeping with another guy and she's lying to you about it, it's because she doesn't want to lose you. But if she's sleeping with another guy, she doesn't respect you, admire you, and she's not attracted to you. So if she's not attracted to you and she doesn't respect you, but she's trying to keep you in her life, that means she's trying to keep something that you're providing in her life. So what is that something? Are you paying her rent? And then the guy always admits that he's contributing something to her. Well, there you go, dummy. That's the reason why she's lying to you. Well, guess what? The reason why men lie to women is because they have a vagina. Okay? So men are either lying because they want to keep having sex with you, or they're lying because they want to have sex with you and you haven't given it to them yet. One or the other. One or the other. The guys that are honest are the guys that can get pussy anywhere. Those are the guys that are honest, because it's like, you can keep your pussy. I can get other pussy. I don't need to lie to you. Right? Or you're going to give me the pussy anyway, whether I lie to you or not. You're still going to give me the pussy. So there's no incentive to lie. So that's what I'm trying to say. That's why there's a lot of dudes out there that's lying to women just to continue sleeping with them. And then I have to tell them, bro, stop lying to her. It's not necessary. You don't have to lie to her. Just be honest with her so she knows what she's working with. She knows what the situation is. Because if you're lying unnecessarily, then you're wrong later on when she's like, well, what the fuck? You're the one that told me all of these things. If you had told me that you just wanted to have sex, then we would have been able to come to an understanding with that, right? So if you're attracted to a guy, right? And you're interested in having sex with him, does he need to lie to you to sleep with you?
I don't know.
Okay. So who are the guys that need to lie to you to have sex with you?
No, I think that they don't like you. I think that like woman, you can choose if you want to have or not have sex with someone. I think that sometimes men think that they are choosing us, but no, really, I think that if we want to have sex with someone, it's something that only happens. It's not like a man only says to you like, oh, I want to get married with you, I want a whole life with you. I think that we are not in these times. We only talk with the truth. You go out with someone, and if the things happens, you do that. You don't have to lie to stay with someone. So if she wants or he wants and both wants, only happens. In my case, I never feel like someone lied to me to get that. If the times that I have sex with someone was because I want, and it's not because someone lied to me or someone say like sweet things, or he promised everything in the life to get me. So I think that
Yeah.
it's because you
Well,
want
that's
and
what
he
I'm
wants.
saying. You just confirmed what I'm trying to say. You confirmed the point that I'm trying to make here. Because everything that I'm saying to you is a teachable moment for you as well as the guys that are listening. The point that I was trying to make is that the guys that you're attracted to, you decided you want to have sex with them regardless. They don't need to lie. And the guys that think they need to lie to you to have sex with you, they're not going to get the sex anyway. That's the point that I was trying to make. It's the men that you don't want that lie. I'm not saying the lie is effective. What I'm saying is in their mind, because the sex isn't happening because they didn't do or say the right thing. No, the sex isn't happening because they're not attractive. That's what these dudes don't be understanding. They keep on thinking that getting sex with women is doing or saying the right thing. No, it's being the right thing. If you aren't the right thing, you're not going to talk your way into pussy unless the girl is at a damaged moment. I'm not saying you can't catch a woman when she's in a weak moment, in a weak spot or whatever, but do realize what created that weak spot and that opportunity. It was a guy she actually was attracted to that did something. He hurt her feelings, or he broke her heart, or he deprived her of attention or whatever. So now she might actually drink some wine, and just for this one moment, this one night, you might be able to get to sleep with her because she's in her feelings and feeling desperate and lonely or whatever. But you had to wait around for that opportunity. You had to sit there and wait for it, right? So lying to women is just a waste of time. And there's so many of these guys that are in the friend zone, and that's exactly what you're doing. When you're in the friend zone, you're lying to women because you're pretending to just want to be her friend. You're pretending to just want to spend time, and you don't expect anything in return. Oh, it's not even like that. You're lying. And she knows you're lying. She knows you want the pussy. But since you're lying about it, she feels justified in wasting your time. She doesn't feel guilty that she's wasting your time, stupid. She doesn't feel guilty that she's wasting your money, because in her mind, you deserve it because you lied to her. So if somebody's gonna come to me and say, yo, Allende, I'm gonna give you some money and I don't want nothing in return, and I know damn well they're lying, I should just let your stupid ass give me the money, and then you're gonna be mad later when you don't get what you want. But you told me you didn't want anything. Women do the same thing with their box. A woman will sit there and be sleeping with a guy knowing that she wants more, and when the guy's like, yo, listen, I'm telling you, I don't want nothing serious, I just, you know what I'm saying, I'm not even trying to do that. And the girl's like, no, I just want to have a good time. And the guy's like, no, man, because you're talking about spending the night and you want to do all this other stuff. And it's like, no, I just wanted to come over and watch Netflix and have a good time, and we could hook up, and that's it, no strings attached. But the whole time she's thinking, okay, if I could get him to get hooked on the pussy, if I can do this and I can do that, eventually he's going to start to like me. Eventually he's going to want to start to want more. And she keeps trying to take more than what was agreed on. She keeps trying to spend extra time with him outside of sex. She keeps trying to spend the night. And then she's trying to cook breakfast. And then she's trying to take a long time to eat. And then she's asking, hey, you want to go here and get something? Hey, you need anything from here? Stop doing all this extra shit. We agreed we were just going to have sex and we were cool with that. Stop trying to trick me into a relationship. Okay? So women do the same shit. They just do it with the sex. Guys do the same thing, but they do it with the resources and the attention. They say, oh, no, we're just friends. But then they're over here trying to do all this boyfriend shit. You see what I'm trying to say? They're trying to trick the girl into a relationship gradually. Then, when they find out that she's fucking some other guy that's not putting any time and any effort, then they get mad. Then they get mad and say, this bitch, how can she do this to me and all this other stuff? It's like, no, you did this to yourself because she told you that you were just friends. You're the one that kept on doing all this boyfriend shit. And it's the same thing with a girl that keeps on coming over and hooking up, and the guy's like, listen, I don't want anything serious, and then the next thing you know, he cuts her off, and he says, listen, we can't hook up anymore. And the girl's like, why? He's like, yo, I started seeing somebody. She's like, how you gonna? Well, he told you he didn't want anything with you, and now he met some chick that he does want to have a relationship with, so he can't be still having sex with you. Now she's mad, and she's blaming him. He used me. No. He didn't use you. You offered yourself, right? So I'm just dealing with the reality. I'm dealing with the facts. I see this type of shit all the time, and it's always somebody pointing their finger and blaming the other person. And it's like, no, you did this to yourself. The other person made it clear that they didn't want the same thing that you wanted. So when you're talking about, like, say, rich guys, because this is another thing that people get confused. They'll see a really young, beautiful woman, or she might not even be young. She's just really hot, and she's with a guy that's not attractive, but he has money. And then people say, oh, look at this sucker. Oh, that's her sugar daddy. Oh, she's using him. Oh, he's such a fool. Oh, he's such a dummy. He's such a sucker. You don't know what kind of arrangement they have. What makes you think he's stupid and dumb and all these things? He could have simply said, listen, I want a trophy bitch. You're hot. I got money. Let's make a deal. I know you don't love me, but I'll take care of you. And you just be my girl, you be my arm candy. And she's like, okay, you're gonna buy me this handbag? He's like, I'll give you an allowance of $5,000 a week. Okay. What about, you gonna pay the rent? Yeah, you're gonna come live with me, you're gonna have your own room, you're gonna have this, you're gonna have that. And she says, okay. So nobody's taking advantage of anybody. Nobody's lying to anybody. They understand the terms. She understands that she's very, very hot, right? And he understands that he has money, but he's not attractive. So they're willing to make a deal. He wants a hot woman to himself, right? And she wants to be spoiled. So they make a deal. That's fine. So that's what I'm saying. If you are willing to be with an older, less attractive man that has money and has resources, and he says to you, listen, I want a younger woman, I want to have children, and you say, well, listen, I want children too, and I want to be taken care of, and I want to be provided for, and I don't want to have to go back to work, and you guys agree on that, then fine. Then fine. You got to be young, you got to travel, you got to do whatever it is that you wanted to do, right? And he got a younger woman to give him children. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
It's fair, but that's more realistic than what you're saying. You're talking about later on, some guy's gonna love you at 35, and you can have children later on, and all. I don't know about all that part.
Well, but you are talking about if you know someone that you told that your interest and your interesting matches, and you say, I'm chair of the house and of the child. But if you don't know this person, you don't will be like looking for this person, you know. I think that maybe when he arrives, or I don't know.
What I'm trying to say is that you're putting love in there. You got to get that love stuff out of there. That love shit has to be done in the right order, in the right way. What you're talking about is not gonna rely on love. What you're talking about is gonna be two people coming to an agreement. Two adults agreeing what they want and making a deal. But all this love stuff, you think you're gonna fall in love with a guy? You think you're gonna fall in love with a guy that also is choosing women in their mid-30s over women in their 20s? That's what you're telling me?
No, I'm telling you that the thing that you are talking about, it's true, and it will be nice to meet someone that wants the same that you get, like, hey, I will provide you, and you do care of the house, of the child, everything. But if you don't know yet this person, it's like even you want that. If you don't know this person, you can't do that, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, what STFU is saying is the point that I'm trying to make. He said, y'all really have no idea how many accessible women there are in the world. Beautiful, all colors, shapes, and sizes, laughing my ass off, no boomer vibes. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, like, how can I say this to y'all? I'm not pulling this stuff out of my ass. I don't talk on behalf of people that I can't relate to or that I don't know or who I haven't had these conversations with. What I'm trying to tell you is I've taken the time to talk to men that are handsome, tall, and make a lot of money. And those men are not going around crying and complaining that there's no quality men. I mean, no quality women. So I'm about to say some G shit to you guys once again that nobody else is saying in the manosphere. Everybody keeps on talking about high value man this, and high value man that, and high value men don't do this, and high value men won't do that, and high value man. You know why we never hear high value men speaking for themselves? I'm about to tell you some real fucking shit that I'm surprised nobody else is pointing out. The reason why you always hear a bunch of motherfuckers speaking for high valued men is because high value men are not complaining about the options in women. High valued men are not going around saying, I make $200K a year, I'm 6'2", I'm handsome, my jaw is chiseled, and there is just no quality women for me to date. They are nowhere. I've looked everywhere. I have all this money, and I'm so handsome, and I can't find quality women to date. Where are they? They're all cheating on me. They're all liars. They flake on me. They ghost. They're not cooperative. They're not submissive or feminine. They're not girlfriend material, guys. Are you fucking kidding me? You will never hear those guys complain about the value of women. Because there are tons of beautiful, cooperative, quality women out there for them. Because they have the options. So it doesn't matter if only 15% of women are girlfriend material. When you're in the top 5% of men, 15% is more than 20 times you. Because there are more women than men as it is. So just think about the numbers, guys. If you're in the top 5% of men, and only 15% of women are girlfriend material, genuinely girlfriend material, like beautiful and quality, you have all of that 15% to pick from because you're in the top 5. That's why you don't hear those guys complaining about it. Because it doesn't matter if he's in America and that woman's in the south of France. It doesn't matter if he's in Canada and that woman is in Munich. It doesn't matter. Because he will get on a fucking app, he will book her fucking plane ticket, and he will fly her the fuck to wherever he wants to spend time with her. He's not going to be on the internet complaining about there not being quality women out here. He's going to be on the internet booking flights. He's going to be on the internet booking resorts. He's going to be on the internet booking trips to Fiji. He's going to be on the internet booking skiing trips in the Aspens with a girl that's a straight 10. That's what he's going to be doing, bro. She's a 10 and her mother and dad are still married. And she was raised with values. And she's feminine. He's going to be skiing. He's going to be skiing while you guys are watching Kevin Samuels talking about what high-valued men want and don't want. He's going to be in a resort somewhere with a woman that's a 10. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. And that's what I'm trying to tell the women. The guys that they think that they're waiting for, that the guys that they're holding out for, that guy, he's not holding out for you. He's dating young, beautiful women right now. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And when he's getting ready to pick a wife, he doesn't have this scarcity mindset. Oh, I have this one good girl, and I'm thinking about maybe marrying her. No, he has like 5 good girls, and he's trying to think which one of them is he going to marry. And none of them are in their 30s. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And I know this because I know those kind of guys. And when I'm talking to them, that's the thing I'm most interested in. I'm not most interested in how they make their money. Like, I figured that part out already. We already spoke about that. I know how they made their money. I know how they own their businesses and so on and so forth. what I'm thinking is, well, damn, what type of women do these guys date? And how does that situation work? And those guys don't have none of the problems or the issues, okay, that the bottom 80% of men have. Not even close. They cannot relate to us at all. They cannot relate, bro. They're like, hey, I don't have that problem, bro. When I pick up the phone, she fucking answers. You know why? Because I bought her that iPhone 14. So she answers that motherfucker. iPhone 14, yeah. When you have over $1 million, you can get the iPhone 14, right? I sent a limo for her, so she didn't flake on the date with me. In fact, she went to the restaurant 30 minutes before I got there and waited for me. Because I'm fucking rich, and I was busy. So I had my driver pick her up, take her to the restaurant, and left a bottle of champagne. I left a $1,000 bottle of champagne on her table with a note that said, sorry, I'm running late. That's what high-valued men do. They don't wait around at the restaurant for women that are late. Women wait around for them. Okay, guys? That's how their love life goes. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Those type of niggas is not waiting around to marry no 30-something-year-old. When they're ready to have a wife, they're putting babies in women in their mid-20s, and then maybe 10 years later, that bitch is trying to divorce him and take half of his fortune. That's the type of shit that those guys deal with. Okay? I'm not saying they don't have problems. I'm not saying they don't have issues. They have different types of issues. And when that happens, she's trying to prove that he has all this money that they can't prove he has because he already had lawyers and all type of different people hide his money a long time ago before he got married because, you know, intelligence is part of being a high-valued man. Okay? So he already has a staff that protects his assets. That's the type of shit that they deal with, guys. Not the shit that we be talking about in the manosphere. These guys do not have time to watch this shit. Let me see what this says. A guy with options will nearly always choose a younger woman. Therefore, a woman in her 30s will inevitably feel like they are settling for who they end up with. Exactly. Exactly. Because let me tell you something. Being a very, very beautiful woman that's past her age and doesn't have the right mindset is a curse. Because what will happen is, if she's good looking enough, valuable men will sleep with her frequently. She'll always be able to attract them, but they will never stay. That's the problem. If she's a 9 or a 10, if she's an 8, 9, or a 10, and she's 32, 33, 29, that is a very, very cursed position to be in. Because she's going to always overvalue herself. Because she's going to think, I look good. Look at my dress, girl. These shoes are $1,000. This restaurant that I'm at, I drive a Mercedes Benz. She's going to keep overvaluing herself, not realizing that you look good enough to sleep with these valuable men. You look good enough to go out on dates with them. You look good enough to hold their hand in public. But they do not want to deal with all of your baggage. They do not want to marry you. They do not want to commit to you. They do not want to take all of that on because they're looking at it like a business investment and they're thinking to themselves, why would I invest into something that's past its prime? Yeah, for the next couple of weeks, she's fun, she's exciting, she's sexy as hell. But a year from now, this is going to be a terrible investment. So what these guys will do is they'll have a fling with these type of women. They'll fly around the world, they'll have sex with her, they'll do all this, you know, cool shit with her. But hey, man, after a few months, they're like, hey, it's been fun. And it's time to move on and do it all over again with a woman that's a couple of years younger than her. And the woman is feeling like, how could he, I'm used and blah, blah, blah. But guess what? That could have never happened if she got married in her 20s. And that's the part where the accountability is not present. At the part where she starts crying and acting like a victim, she's crying to her friends because her heart is broken, because she thought, see, this is the thing about these women. Their heart isn't broken because they fell in love with this guy and, oh my God, I thought we had a connection. I loved him so much. That's not why she's hurt. She's hurt because she thought she was able to secure a pension. She thought, oh, I finally got one. I got one. I knew all the waiting was worth it. I'm 32. I got this guy. He makes $350K a year. He likes me. Girl, he took me on this trip. He bought me this. He brought me a bracelet. I think I got him. Oh my God. I'm pretty sure he's going to ask me to marry him. Yeah, fucking right. Yeah, fucking right. That guy's having a good time, and then he's going to move on about his fucking business. He has plenty of time to find a wife. He's not going to rescue you or save you from you holding out. And the reason why she's heartbroken now is because she realized she thought she finally got it. She thought she finally got to cash out. Wrong. Get your ass back out in the streets. Go back to the streets where you came. She belongs to the streets. Now she's gonna go back out in the streets, and there's gonna be guys that make $150K a year asking her out. And you know what she's gonna be thinking? Please, my ex made $350K a year. You're broke. You see what I'm trying to say? And the guy that makes $150K a year, that guy might have married her if she behaved herself and was humble and cooperative. But nope, she has an ego, she's entitled, she thinks that she can do better. You see what I'm saying? And she thinks that if she stays with him, she's doing him a favor because the guy before him made twice as much money. This is how these women think, man. They do it to themselves. They do it to themselves because they think they're too good to settle. And the funny thing is, the men that they think that they're too good to settle for are far better than they are. She doesn't make $150K a year. You see how this shit works? She don't make that kind of money. So how are you going to say that a guy that makes $150K a year isn't enough for you? He's not good enough for you. But you can't even make half of that a year. But this is how these women think. So that's why I keep telling guys, stop letting women treat you like they're better than you. They're not better than you, they just fuck guys better than you. Yeah, that sounds harsh, but it's the truth. I'm putting it into perspective. It's not that she is better than you. She sucks the dicks of guys that are better than you. And you need to say that to her face. If ever a woman starts trying to act like she's too good and she's better than you, be like, whoa, 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 whoa. You might have fucked guys better than me, but you're not better than me. Don't disrespect me. Don't get to acting like you're better than me and I ain't shit. You just simply fuck guys that have more than me. So let's keep it like that. If that guy wants to come and act like he's better than me, that's one thing. But you're not going to suck his dick and then come and act like you're better than me. It doesn't work that way. Okay? It doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. You know what I'm saying? That's like somebody that works at another job acting like they're better than you because their boss is better than you. Nah. It doesn't work that way. So men have to have enough confidence to put these women in check. Because a lot of these guys want these women, they want to be with these women, but they don't have the balls to put the woman in check. So the woman ends up acting like she's doing him a favor. You see what I'm trying to say? And then she's miserable and unhappy because she resents him because it's like, I'm settling for you. But if he had the balls to pull her to the side and say, sit down, let me explain something to you. You understand what I'm saying? You're not better than me. You're lucky to have me. You're lucky that I'm willing to take care of you and commit to you. Now, if you think that that's not shit and you don't want to appreciate that, that's fine, bitch. Take your shit and get the fuck out. Okay? But you're not going to disrespect me. You're not going to be ungrateful to me because I work too damn hard for what I provide for you. So if it's not good enough for you, that's A-okay. But you're not going to disrespect me in my own shit. You're not going to disrespect me in my car. You're not going to disrespect me in my home. You're not going to disrespect me on dates that I'm paying for. I'm not going to tolerate that shit. Matter of fact, get the fuck out of my car. Call an Uber, bitch. You have the app. Get an Uber. I'm not going to tolerate that in my Honda. You understand what I'm saying? Just because you fucked guys with G-Wagons, you're not going to get in my Honda and disrespect me. It's not going to work that way, bitch. Take an Uber. All right? Get an Uber Lux if you feel that way. Get an Uber Luxury. All right? Get the fuck out of my car with that attitude. And if guys had the balls to do that, they would feel better about themselves and they would probably end up humbling and holding on to more women that way. Because a lot of times, Women burn a bridge with a man because they didn't even realize how lucky they were. And the reason why is because the guy never explained that to them. He never took the time to put it into perspective. You understand what I'm trying to say? Let a bitch know. Let her know. Because these women will think that all these guys out there that just want to sleep with them somehow are a better option than the guy that's over here paying their bills and committing to them. You get what I mean? So somebody has to explain it to them. Because they don't know what the guys that are DMing them are thinking. They're thinking, all these guys keep DMing me, hey beautiful, hey gorgeous, when you coming to my city? Hey, when you want to take a trip to come visit me? So they think they have all these options, like, oh, I got this guy willing to fly me here and there, and why am I with this guy? Why am I wasting my time with this average guy or this normal guy or whatever? So guys need to be a little bit more honest and say, listen, bitch, if you think you can do better than me, go. But just know that if it doesn't work out, you can't come back.
Yeah.
Right? Because when she's DMing back and forth with guys, when she's like talking to other guys, and when other guys are liking her pictures and putting emojis, and she's over there saying thanks, what she's doing is she's trying to weigh her options. She's trying to see, can I get something better? And there's too many guys that tolerate that. There's too many guys that see that, and they might address it, and then the girl is like, what are you talking about? I'm not flirting. He complimented me, and I just simply said thank you. If you allow your woman to do that shit, you're playing yourself. You're playing yourself because you're literally allowing her to take other applications. You see what I'm trying to say? You're allowing her to start the hiring process and see if she can replace you. So if you see any activity like that, guys, you need to confront her immediately and say, listen, you're not going to determine what's inappropriate for me. You talking to other guys, I don't care if you're thanking them for compliments. I don't care if you're liking back. I don't give a fuck what you're doing. If you're responding to guys, you need to get your shit, get your iPhone, get your MacBook Pro, get your laptop, get your iPad, get all your shit, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of my life. All right? Go pursue that guy. Go meet him for coffee.
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of my house. I'm not going to tolerate that shit. But see, too many guys sit there and put up with this shit because they're scared they're not going to be able to replace her. You'll never be able to replace her with that mentality because even if you get another woman, she's going to do the same thing and you're also going to handle it incorrectly. So you're not going to get or keep a better woman than her if you can't even fucking check her ass. If you can't check her, then how are you going to deal with the next woman, stupid? You're not learning anything. You're not getting better at anything. And what I'm telling you is typical. This is the typical shit that's going to happen. But when you say something, she's going to say, why are you being so insecure? Why are you being, oh my God, you're being so jealous. Oh my God, you're making something out of nothing. Oh my God, I can't believe you're being so insecure. I can't believe you're being so jealous. You going to let a woman tell you what's what? You're going to let her determine for you what's acceptable and what's jealous and what's insecure in your fucking house? If you accept that type of treatment, then you deserve that type of treatment. So if she's not paying the bills, if she ain't paying the Wi-Fi, then how the fuck you letting a woman respond to other guys on your Wi-Fi? Do you know how fucking ridiculous that is? You're paying the internet for her to respond to other men. So it shouldn't be a conversation that you have more than once. You simply tell, and don't even be mad about it. You say, hey, listen, you see how you're like responding to guys and you're going back and forth with guys on your social media? Wait, what are you talking about? Listen, this isn't up for discussion. So I'm gonna make it real simple. Do it again, and you're gonna have to leave. And when she starts trying to say other stuff, say, hey, whoa. I'm not discussing this with you. I don't want to talk about it. I'm not even upset. I think it's fucking hilarious that you think that this is acceptable. So you've already been warned, and I dare you to do it again. Okay? Go ahead and respond to another guy on social media if you want to. I don't care if he's your coworker. I don't care what he is. Do it again, and you can take your things and you can leave. Period. Right? And if she does it again, you just put her the fuck out, guys, and you move on with your life. You don't cry about it. You don't argue with her about it. You don't text back and forth. That's all energy. You guys don't understand the distribution of energy. You get more accomplished with a woman by simply ignoring her. You guys keep asking me, Allende, what do I say to this? And what do I text her back to this? And she's calling me. Should I answer it? I'm gonna block her number. Bro, just ignore her and come to terms with your own feelings. Control your own feelings. All right? If you can't control your feelings, then you're the same as the woman. The woman can't control her feelings. So if you can't control I'm not telling you don't have feelings, I'm telling you control your feelings. Are you gonna be angry? Yes. Are you gonna be jealous? Yes. Betrayed? Yes. You gonna miss her? Yes. But she already made her choice. So you need to rechannel all that energy into yourself, and then when you got a hold of yourself, now you can take some energy to go find a new bitch. Preferably a younger one. A younger one. Because the older women have gotten away with things like this for so long, they think that you're the one that's tripping. They think you're tripping because they got away with that for the past 5 years with the other guys that they were dating. So now you seem like the crazy one for having standards. This is why you need to get you a chick that's young, so it's new to her. You're the first older guy that she's really been with, and you're so much older than her that she has to accept that your way of doing things is the right way. When you have a woman that's too close to you in age, she thinks that she can challenge you for what's reality. She thinks that she can argue with you and go back and forth with you over whether she's right or you're right. If you get a woman that's 10 or more years younger than you, she doesn't have an argument. What argument is a woman 10, 12 years younger than you gonna have? She's right because why? She was in her daddy's nutsack when you were 12. So how is she gonna tell you about life? She's gonna have to accept your terms. Right? Because basically you're the adult. You're in control. So that's why I'm telling you guys, stop fucking with these older chicks, stop fucking with these women your age, and just get you a good-looking girl that's young and coachable. You'll also be older than all her friends. So when her friends are trying to tell her how to manipulate you, it's gonna be a waste of time. It's gonna be a waste of time because they're like, oh, what you should do is shut up, bitch. You don't know what I should do. This guy is 15 years older than us. You do not know what I should do. What I should do is just follow his lead. That's my best bet. All right? That's what you guys need to get into, and stop trying to get these leftover women. And I'm trying to tell Sharon not to become a leftover woman. You don't want to be single in your 30s.
No, I think that I don't want to be single in my 30s. I don't know. It's like I told you. I obviously I like to have a relationship right now, but I don't want to be with whatever person. I want that when I be with someone is because I'm sure that be with him.
No.
So
I agree
back to the
with
first
that.
point, but
I agree with you on that. The thing is what I'm trying to tell you is you need to find that now. I'm not arguing with your terms, your standards, what you're attracted to. I'm not arguing with that. What I'm trying to say is you don't have time to wait for that. You need to actively find that now. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You need to figure that out now. All this career stuff and all this, that type of shit can wait. You know why? Because you can focus on career at any age. Okay? What women need to learn how to do is secure the man first, because that's time sensitive. Secure the man first, then you can go ahead and worry about what you're going to do with your career. Women keep on trying to distract themselves and keep their mind off of things while focusing on themselves. It's not going to work that way. I'm telling you right now, it's not going to work. What's going to happen is you're going to become successful, you're going to have your own money and have this and have that, and then you're not going to be able to get the fucking man you want. That's what's going to happen.
yeah. Well, I mean, I'm dating with someone, but it's not like something seriously, So I'm I don't want to back to the first point, but I'm taking my time. So I know that maybe in a few years I will say, oh, I have to take more importance to my feelings, to to my situation. But if I don't feel like sure, or if I don't feel like it's a moment to do the next step, or to do more formal my relationship, it's like, yeah, I think that maybe in this moment of the life we are like taking the things like quiet, like let that the things happen, and that's all. I don't want to rush. But it's like I told you, we don't know. Maybe in 2 months or 3 months, the thing change. I don't know. So
Yeah, but you're not talking about. Listen, there's a difference between rushing a relationship and rushing to meet someone. That's two different things. So stop wording things in a way that allows you to be lazy. Stop wording things in a way that allows you not to take action. That's the problem. You're setting yourself up. Oh, no, I don't want to rush. What are you talking about? Rushing is if you're already with the guy and somebody's telling you, just marry him, girl, you're not getting any younger. That's rushing, okay? But someone telling you need to hurry up and meet someone and start working towards a relationship, that's not rushing. That's taking action. Two different things. Two completely different things. So, I mean, it's the same thing with guys that's trying to get some fucking pussy. For guys that aren't getting laid and haven't been gotten laid in a long time, there's a difference between getting out there and meeting women and you already are talking to a woman and you're pressuring her to have sex with you right now. That's two different things. If you try to pressure that one woman to have sex with you, it's probably not going to work out. You're going to turn her off and make her uncomfortable, and now she's not going to have sex with you at all. But if you don't even know a girl, you're not even talking to any women, what the hell makes you think it's going to happen anytime soon? So if I'm motivating guys, get out there, start talking to women now. Start talking to women every day. Start getting women's numbers every day. Start asking women out every day. Then you're getting a lot closer to getting laid, but you're not rushing anybody. Two different things, same concept. Women just waiting around, thinking any day now, some guy's gonna come out of nowhere and ask me out and get to know me, and then it's gonna go great, and then we're gonna get married. Yeah, right. You don't have time to wait around for that. You need to get out there, start meeting quality men now, and start going on dates with them and seeing if you even like them enough to continue seeing them. And it's the same thing with guys that are frustrated and lonely and they're not getting any sex in their life, but they're not taking any initiative to meet any women. So where the fuck is the sex gonna come from? It's gonna drop from the sky? It's gonna rain vaginas? It's not gonna happen, bro. You need to actually get out there and meet women. The amount of times that I meet a woman and it's like nothing happens, and then months later somehow there's some situation that lines up and now it's a go. But if I had never met that woman previously, casually, that opportunity would have never presented itself. See what I'm saying? I run into women all the time that I know from somewhere else. But why do I know them from somewhere else? Because that other time when we crossed paths, I actually said something. I actually took some type of initiative. Did I pressure her? No. The amount of times I've met women that have visited Miami and I didn't even see them again before they left. But I met them, we exchanged contacts, I got their Instagram, and then I was like, hey, let's link up, and the girl didn't text me back, she didn't call, whatever, nothing happened. But guess what? The next time that she's in Miami, all of a sudden everything is 1, 2, 3. Everything's 1, 2, 3, right away, no problem. Or I end up going to where she lives, I end up going to her city. And then it's like, hey, what's up? I'm in so-and-so. What, you're here? Yeah, I actually had to come from work. Oh, okay, we should get together. And now everything is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But if I didn't meet her previously in Miami, that opportunity wouldn't even exist. So that's why I tell guys, get the fuck out there and plant seeds. If you don't plant any seeds, nothing's gonna grow this harvest. It's not that complicated. And it's the same thing for women. You don't have as many options as you think you have. So you need to increase your options. You need to go where men that you think are attractive will be. You need to present yourself so that more men can hit on you. More men can ask you out. More men will want to get to know you so that you'll have a better shot of finding a guy that, like you said, has the same interests as you. But you just doing your same day to day, good luck with that. Good luck wishing on that star. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I think that I will try maybe other things. Yeah, it's for this the channel and the point of this now. Interchange ideas. Maybe obviously all that you say, I can understand, and maybe I see to other way on other point of view. So, thanks.
Well, listen, all I'm saying is women sit there and avoid these type of things, and then when it gets to the too late, they end up doing these things anyway. That's the thing that's hilarious. Women say, I'm not going to settle, and then they end up getting too old, and what do? Settle. Women say, I'm not going to put in any effort into meeting men, and then when they get too old, what do? They get on every dating site. They start asking people to set them up. They start going here. They start going to restaurants every night of the week where there's going to be... What the fuck? So you waited until it was too late to put in all the extra effort. Now you're just coming off as desperate. Right? You didn't want to settle for a husband when you had better options, but now that it's too late, now you're settling for any guy that's willing to marry you. Women do this shit to themselves. Right? Women will go through their whole fucking 20s not asking for any type of commitment, not asking men, hey, what are your plans? Where do you see this going? What do you see in the future? What are your goals ultimately with a woman? Women will ask no questions like this in their 20s, but then they'll wait till they're 36 to start asking this question on the first fucking date. This is the thing, bro. I might as well be a fax machine, because that's all I do is just keep it real. Women will literally go their entire 20s not asking men about relationships and commitment. They'll be on date 4, 5, 6, 8, and they still haven't asked this guy anything about commitment. They'll just expect it to happen or expect him to bring it up. But that same woman at 34, 35, and 36 will ask men this question on the first fucking date. As soon as they sit down, so, what are you looking for? What are you looking for on Tinder? So what is it that you want to do? Where are you going with life? When do you want to get married? Do you want to have children? What do you want? What the fuck? But you went you went a whole 10 years dating men, never asking these type of questions. But now when it's too late, you're forcing this type of conversation down a man's throat. It is unbelievable to me how backwards women are when it comes to their logic in dating. People are telling them, you might want to think about commitment. You might want to think about a husband. You might want to think about settling down. They don't want to do anything like that. But then when it gets too late, that's all they're trying to do. Right? And I'll give you another example of how backwards this thinking is. They'll go through their 20s having casual sex. They'll go through their 20s meeting guys and sleeping with them within the first 3 days. But then when they get to 34, 35, then they do the opposite. They withhold the sex. I'm not looking for anything casual. I'm not looking for just sex. I'm not looking for, if you only want to hook up, don't swipe right. Are you fucking kidding me? You just spent 10 years casually fucking dudes, and now you're withholding the pussy. Now you're withholding the pussy for commitment. But you spent the last 10 years having sex within 72 hours of knowing the guy. What the fuck just happened? So when you didn't want any commitment from the guys, you were giving him the sex quickly. Now that you want more from the guy, you're giving him less? Wait, what? This is the logic. It doesn't make any fucking sense. But women do this shit thinking that they're gonna get a respectable guy like that. You think that you're gonna get a quality guy like that? Let me tell you why that's impossible. Let me tell you why that's an oxymoron. Because if a quality guy allows you to do that to him, guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna stop respecting him. That's the funny shit. Women think that they can get a guy that they respect with lies. They think they can manipulate a guy that they respect, and it cancels out. Because if the lying and the manipulation works, then you no longer respect him. Exactly. It doesn't work that way. It just doesn't. So all I'm saying is, bro, God bless this generation of women. Without the leadership of men, women are really doing some retarded backwards things, which is why I suggest that older men start matching up with younger women and save these women ahead of time. Save them before they need saving. Because you see how you be out here calling women save a hoe? That's because you waited for her to become a hoe to try to save her after it's already been done. You can't wait for a woman to get in a fire. She can't be in a burning building. You wait for her to get third-degree burns, and then you run in there and try to save her from the fire. It's too late. She already got burned. You should just let her die now, because she's gonna spend the rest of her life with third-degree scars and burns. But if you're gonna save her, why don't you save her before she gets burned? You see what I'm trying to say? So all these guys out here that are motivated to save 30-something-year-old single mothers, dude, why don't you just go save a girl that's 24, 25, prioritizing Instagram and all this shit that's gonna lead her down the wrong path? Why don't you just get her early and say, you don't wanna do that. No. You don't wanna chase the bag. You do not wanna focus on your career. You wanna settle the fuck down with a quality man, commit to him, and then go chase your bag, boo-boo. And if she allows you to give her that guidance and that plan, then you got one. If she resists you and says, you don't know what you're talking about, you don't tell me what to do, I'm gonna get this bag, I'm strong and independent, let that bitch go. Let that bitch go learn the hard way. Let her go run out there in the streets for 10 years and then realize she done fucked up. Okay? But at least you gave it a shot when it was still a possibility. Okay? When you have these guys that are they're athletes, they got all this potential, and you come to them early and you say, listen, bro, stay out of trouble. Don't be getting none of these chicks pregnant. Don't throw your life away for your friends or chasing these hoes. You got a lot of potential. You can be something. You got to buckle down. You got to be disciplined. You got to practice. You got to work hard so that you can reach your full potential. If he doesn't want to listen to you and he wants to go hang out here in the streets with knuckleheads and he wants to chase these hoes until he gets one of them pregnant, hey, that was his choice. But at least somebody older came to him and said, look, bro, I'm telling you right now, don't make this mistake. I see it coming because I see the type of chicks you messing with and I see the type of guys you hanging out with. Don't become another statistic. That's it, bro. That's all you can do is try to tell people when they're young. The same way I'm trying to tell you that you need to get out here and start meeting quality men so that you can start basically going out. I'm not telling you to go sleep with guys. I'm telling you to start dating older quality men while you're still valuable to them. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. 25, 26, that's the age that these type of men are thinking to commit to a woman. So now is your time to get out there and start seeing who's available and who's interested in you. If you wait another 5 years, they are not going to be looking at you the same, I promise you. The most that you can hope for is you still look good enough to sleep with. That's it. But they're not going to want to start a family with you in your 30s if they're a quality guy that has options. They're not. Just like you're not going to pass up on tall guys that make good money for short guys that don't make good money. You're not going to do that. Just think of it in those terms. If those guys aren't good enough for you now, what makes you think that a man in your position in 5 years is going to make that decision? What makes you think that a guy is going to say, do I take the 25-year-old or do I take the 35-year-old? Ooh, choices. He's not going to do that. He's going to go with the 25-year-old. So right now, you are the 25-year-old. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Right now, you are the girl that he would go with. You're the woman right now that women in their 30s can't compete with. Why would you wait until you're in your 30s? Now you're the woman that can't compete. Hello? And this is the same thing that I say to men. When you were 20 something as a guy, the guys in their late 30s and 40s were the ones that were getting all the hot women your age. Now that you're that age, why would you give up your advantage? It doesn't make any sense. When you're 25, the guys that are 35 and 40 are fucking all the girls that you want to be with. So now that you're finally 35, 36, 37, 40, now you're gonna give up your advantage to be with a 30-something-year-old woman? What an idiot. What an idiot. And I'm telling guys this to their fucking face or over the phone. You're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking dumbass. Because when you were 25, those guys that were 37 and up, they were taking full advantage of their advantage. They weren't over here saying, oh no, my girlfriend's 36, but she doesn't look 36, Allende. She doesn't look 36 though. They weren't saying that. They were nailing 24-year-olds. So go ahead and get yours. It's your turn. People are unbelievable to me. Right now, it's your turn to get a valuable dude to commit to you. Don't give it up. Don't give up your advantage. And give it up for what? To make your own money? You're funny. If you want to travel, find a quality man that also wants to travel and let him take you. Let him travel with you. I see a lot of women doing that. I see a lot of women from Mexico, 24 to 27, and they're traveling all over the place with some boyfriend, with some older guy that's paying for them. Right now, there's a girl in Miami that I was supposed to go interview, and I just don't feel like going over there because I don't feel like her boyfriend over my shoulder. But when I look on her Instagram, she's always in another city. And you think she's doing that on her own? When I met her on Tinder, she didn't even have a visa to travel. So that means that guy is who got her that visa. That white guy that she's dating, that's the guy that's providing the ability for her to travel. And every time I look on her Instagram, that bitch is in New York Times Square. She's in Dallas, Texas. Now she's in Miami. And I hardly ever see the boyfriend. I saw the boyfriend when she went to Ultra. That means it's her second time in Miami in the past couple of months. Because she was here for Ultra, she went back to Mexico somewhere, Cancun or Tulum or whatever, and then now she's back in Miami again, and there was some game or something. I don't know if it was a Heat game or whatever. He brought her for that, right? So I can look at the pictures and tell she's not super crazy about this guy, but she sure as hell is taking advantage of all the experiences that he's willing to pay for, right? So for the past couple of years, this dude has been taking her all over the fucking place. So why are you not doing the same? He's a good looking dude. He's an older white guy. He's a good looking guy. So why are you not finding older guys who are established, who are good looking, and having a relationship and letting them be the one to take you all over and travel so you can see things and get it out of your system? I'm trying to tell you, be smart. And I see a lot of Mexican girls doing that. They find them a foreign guy and lets that guy take them all over the fucking world. Whether or not they stay with him, that's another story. Who knows? Some of these women stay with the guys. They end up liking them. I don't know. But you waiting around to do it on your own, you trying to work hard and pay for your own stuff? I don't think that's going to bring you satisfaction in the long run. I don't think you're going to look back at it and say, I'm so proud of myself that I worked all those years and paid for my own travel. I was so independent. I don't see it. I just don't see it. Grover? All right, well, listen. Do you have any more advice for them coming to Mexico? Any advice for Americans or English-speaking guys coming to Mexico?
It's not an advice, but I think that maybe you can search for the places that you want to visit. I told you, people here is so polite and it's so nice. So if you came like a tourist, they will help you with whatever you want. So I think that you have to search for the places that you want to visit, because like you say at the first, here are many places that you can know. So but you can do your time productive, you have to like do a scale of the places that you want to visit. So I think that is the only advice that I can.
Yeah, I think I had that on the list of things to do. Do you still have to wear the mask everywhere that you go?
Sorry?
Do you still have to wear a mask everywhere that you go?
No, here is only on if you were in closed places like in a square or in a shop that is little, but you can be in the street or in a club in a rooftop without mask. So I think that it's not a problem, the mask. So actually, if you are in a touristic places, it's not necessary mask. There are people that use because it's their own decision. But if you don't want to wear mask, it's cool.
Yeah, and also the brothers, I'll be trying to tell the black guys, you might want to check out the Mexican women because a lot of them actually do like black guys. Well, I mean, that's everywhere around the world, but it's interesting. But I did tell the guys to start getting on the internet and meeting guys and girls there so that you can find a lot of people that speak English because like she said, they will be very helpful to help you find places and show you things. And they actually will, be interested in going with you. Like if you want to go to the pyramids, there are people that will, take time to go with you and experience it with you. Especially if you're going to pay their way, which isn't expensive or anything. It's just smarter. It's smarter to do, to invite people like, hey, when you want to come with me and pay their way. Even if you wanted to fly within Mexico, to buy a girl's ticket to go with you somewhere in Mexico is like $60, bro. It's like 60 US to bring her on the plane with you. So if you wanted to go from one part of Mexico to another, it would be way smarter to just bring a chaperone, to bring somebody with you to help you out with any language barriers or any cultural barriers. Because the thing about Mexico is you won't have a hard time finding people like socially that speak English, but you will have a hard time finding employees that speak English. That's the issue. It's like you can find friends that speak English, but everybody in the fucking airport only speaks Spanish. Like everybody in the mall only speaks Spanish. It's like, everywhere that you need to go do business, everybody only speaks Spanish. There might be one person at the bank that speaks English, and you're like, what the fuck? Why at a place to do business nobody speaks English?
Yeah, actually, it's because here are many foreign, so all people try to learn or understand English. Even they don't know, they try. It's like me, maybe my English is like not good, but when I talk with my friends or with foreign people that I know, I try to. Actually, I always say, if I say something wrong, correct me, please. And I don't feel bad about that because I want to get better my English. So all people is like this. So they help you if they don't understand. They are like with their mobile, like this thing. So using the translate.
Yeah.
So I think that is a good thing to be here. Like you say, if you go to any store or to any place, if someone don't speak English, they are like, I can't speak English, but my boss or the other co-worker can speak. So they take the person and they help you. Right. So it's a good thing.
Well, yeah. I mean that, and to be honest with you, in my experience, there's a lot of really beautiful Mexican girls that they will enjoy that process alone, the speaking English and practicing the English with the guys that come to visit. Like I give you an example. This is another tip for guys that are going to actually go to these Spanish countries. The first time that I went, well, not the first time, but like the second time that I went to Mexico, which was the first time I decided to start going frequently, it was to meet a girl from Spain, from Barcelona, and she was already going there. She already had plans and was staying in Cancun and had an Airbnb, and she wasn't coming to Miami. I wasn't going to Barcelona. The tickets to Barcelona was like almost 2,000 round trips. So I was like, oh hell no, I'm not going to Barcelona anytime soon. I would have to book it so far in advance. And she says to me, well, actually, I won't be too far from you. I'll be in Mexico. And I was like, So she was like, yeah, you should come meet me in Cancun. And I said, you know what? Let me check the price of the tickets in Cancun. And sure enough, it was like $300 round trip. So I was like, oh, hell yeah. I would rather pay $300 than pay $1,800. So I was like, yeah, I'll go meet you in Cancun and stay with you there. And her English wasn't like perfect. Like she didn't have a lot of English. You actually have more English than her. So we struggled a little bit with the communication, not too much. But one of the things that we did that we enjoyed was it was when that show came out. I don't know what you guys call it, but here I think it's called, what is it called? I don't know if it's called House of Cards or not House of Cards. What the fuck was it called? It's the show when they rob banks and everybody's wearing red. They're all wearing the red suit with the mask and they rob banks. What the hell is it called? It's like, it has 3 seasons at this point. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, it's a show from Spain. It was on Netflix. It's called Money Heist. Money Heist. I'm pretty sure it's called Money Heist. Anyway, we watched the whole first season of that show, but what we did to make it fair is we would watch one episode in English with Spanish subtitles, and then we would watch the next episode in Spanish with English subtitles. You get what I mean? And we go back and forth like that and watch the entire season. That way she could work on her English and I could work on my Spanish. But what I'm saying is just something that simple became very entertaining just because of the culture difference. So it's interesting because I noticed that when you're dating girls in other countries, you actually end up having a better and stronger connection than you do with women that have the same language and culture than you. And it's just like, how is it that you're communicating with someone better that doesn't even speak your language fully? Like, they're still learning the language, you're still learning their language, but you actually communicate better and have a better connection than you do with people that speak the same language. And I also noticed that you start to understand each other better because you have to look at social cues, you have to look at body language, you have to look at facial expressions, you have to be able to understand their mood and what they're feeling and what they're thinking without always relying on words. And then the next thing that I noticed is you're much more honest with each other. Because it's not like you're not even putting energy into trying to lie or manipulate each other, because you're putting so much energy into trying to tell the truth to each other because of the language barrier. So for any guys that don't really understand what I'm trying to describe, you need to get your ass to other countries and start making these type of relationships with the local women, and you will understand what I'm saying, that it's a lot richer. It's a lot more of an organic experience than you have with the women that speak the same fucking language, with the same culture as you, because most of what you deal with women in your own country is lies. It's deception. Majority of the time, you're deceiving each other and you're trying to manipulate each other and do all this extra shit. I notice when you're dealing with foreign women, there's like no lies. Like, if they tell you that they're at work, they're at work. If they tell you like they couldn't text back because of this, they couldn't text, like, it's weird. It's completely different. Like, there's almost no incentive to lie is what I'm trying to say. Like, you're already trying to work things out so that you can spend as much time with each other and get things done. So there really isn't no reason to be lying. You both have the same type of energy and the same type of effort to see each other, whereas I feel like in the same country, it's a lot of bullshit that you're dealing with. So I think for a lot of you guys that feel like you're constantly dealing with bullshit with these women, like you don't even know where their head is at or what they're thinking or what they want and all this other type of shit, I think you guys are wasting a lot of time and money and effort and should just travel. I think you should just travel and try to have some genuine connections with some foreign women, even if it's not going to last long, you know? You know, at least you would have had those experiences.
Yeah, I hope to.
You know, and then, you know, sometimes, you know, you gotta, you gotta just appreciate it for the time that you have it, and then you gotta do what you gotta do to come back, or do what you gotta do for her to visit you, or whatever you gotta do. But the point is, go have an adventure, guys. So that's why I'm trying to bring more foreign girls on, to encourage you guys to get up and go take a trip. And I wouldn't even know what tickets to Tulum look like, but I would imagine Tulum might even be like a little bit more expensive than other parts of Mexico. Like, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I think that Cancun is cheaper than Tulum.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I think Tulum right now might be one of the more pricier places to go. When I used to go to Tulum, it was one of the cheaper places to go because nobody was thinking about going there. And I don't even know why I'm saying that, because you don't fly into Tulum. I'm sorry, guys, that's misinformation. You don't fly into Tulum. You fly into Cancun, and then you got to take a bus or cab or Uber or whatever to Tulum. But what I'm just saying is, I think the reservations and whatnot in Tulum are cheaper now, is what I meant to say. Not the flights, but not cheaper, more expensive. That's what I meant to say. I feel like flying into Tulum is more expensive, or flying to Cancun is more expensive now. The hotels and whatnot are probably cheaper in Cancun because most people are more interested in going to Tulum than Cancun. But when I go, I do both. I do both. Yeah, like what I'll do is I'll stay in Cancun for a few days, and then I'll just wake up really early in the morning, and I'll head out to Tulum at like 6 in the morning. That way I get there by like 8 or 9 a.m. And the bus is like, I want to say like $12 US, and takes like a couple of hours. Well, probably not even. It depends on the bus. If you take a bus that goes straight there, it might take about, an hour or something like that. But if you take a bus that like makes stops, it might take you almost a couple hours. But anyway, in any event, it is definitely worth it to go to Mexico. Like, it really, really is worth it to go to Mexico. Yeah, and I'm gonna go back soon. But the next time I go, I'm gonna stay for at least 3 months. I'm gonna be there for a while and get some work done.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I need to get some serious work done, and I wanna see if I can do something with a friend, because I had a couple of businesses there before this COVID shit ruined my plans. But we had some really good plans, and now I'm thinking maybe we should do what we were gonna do again, because I don't know if this COVID thing is gonna be an issue. I just saw recently that they're talking about not requiring vaccinations now, and we don't need the mask anymore in Miami for public transportation. I also saw that you don't need the mask in some airports now. I'm like, wait a minute. So, I'm thinking I might want to set up those businesses in Mexico again. But I had two really good businesses ready to go in Mexico. That would have been fucking awesome. It was good for the people. I was trying to make an economy for some people there, so people can make some money, get paid well, and also something that would be culturally valuable to everyone. So anyhow, I'm thinking about that. And then also, like, my friend, I want him to like do well, because he's got his gym and like business is good or whatever, but it's just a gym. Like, he's not expanding. You know what I'm saying? He has a really nice gym. Have you heard of American Fitness in Mexico City? Well, it's not in Mexico City. It's in how the fuck do I say this word? Talapazan? You know how to say it.
Tlalnepantla.
Huh?
It's in Tlalnepantla?
Yeah, I can never pronounce that word. Talapanta. It's the biggest gym there, though. It has 3 floors. Anyhow. Yeah, I just feel like he needs more. You know what I mean? Like, he needs more businesses. Like, that one business is like, if he could be that successful with that gym, I just feel like he needs to expand. So I basically want to make him rich. Like, I want to help him get rich.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so that's why I want to come out there and see what we can do again. and it would be awesome to be able to set it up and then just let him run the businesses. That way, I don't have to be there all the time. And
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, so I'm gonna be back in Mexico for sure, and I urge you guys to get your asses out there, dude. Too, if you've never been, get out there. If you have been, go to a different part than you were before, and you know, see if you can find a wife. See if you can find a wife. Yeah, there are gonna be some guys that want to marry you, Shannon. There are gonna be some guys from the channel that are like, how much money do I need to make? How tall do I need to be? Oh man.
How much money? What?
Do they need to make?
I think for like a week, maybe, I don't know, maybe 20 pesos. I know it's like, I don't know how many dollars are, but in pesos it's like with 20,000 pesos.
You need
can be-
hold on. You need a man that makes 20,000 pesos a week?
For a week here, I think, yeah. But it depends where do you want to stay, because if you want to, in Mexico City, yeah, but if you want to be in Cancun, no.
No,
In Cancun,
we're not talking
please.
about that. We're talking about to marry you. Like how much you need your husband to make.
How much what?
For your husband, like how much money do you need a husband to make to marry him?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, you need to know, man. You need to know. I'm trying to find my app. I had a currency exchange app. I don't know what happened to it. Let me see if I can find one. They got Robinhood. No, I don't want to use that. My currency converter and rates. I don't know if I want to use that. I had this one that I was using. Yeah, I can't remember the money. Damn it. Okay, so all right, guys. So 20 pesos is $1 actually. I do kind of remember. 20 pesos is equivalent to $1, but it might be different now. It's probably more like 18 pesos is equivalent to $1 right now.
Yeah, it's like 20.
It's 20 now? Well, the dollar is going down. The value of the dollar is going down, so that's actually possible. Well, hold on, I'm gonna check it right now to be a little bit more accurate. So hold on, I got the euro here. Let me yeah. Okay, all right. So let me see here. I gotta turn this to Mexican real quick. The Mexican peso. Let me find out. American money ain't shit in the world right now. What? Could you imagine not having the advantage anymore? All right, Mexican peso. So $1. Yeah, you're right. It's 20 now. Ugh.
Yeah.
So actually that means the peso is going down. Because the last time I was there was 18. It was 18 pesos to $1. So yeah, so how much does a man need to make for you to consider it's good money? How much money does he need to make a month? Come on, give me a number. How many pesos?
No, I don't know.
You can't say no. Throw a number out there. All right, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this much. I'm gonna show you what American women think the guys need to make for them to be with them, right? How much money they need to make a month. All right? So watch this. All right, so American women want 100K a year. That's a little bit more than $8,000 a month, right? So that's equivalent to 160,000 pesos.
$160 pesos, yeah. I mean,
160,000 pesos.
yeah, I think it's a good number. Well,
that's rich though. In Mexico, that's super rich.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, because it's so cheap, you know.
Yeah,
like
you don't need that
renting.
much. You don't need that much
Food.
money. Stop it. You don't need that much money.
I don't know, maybe 80,000.
80,000? That's
Yeah.
half. So half of that. So half of it, 80,000. So
Yeah, it's
basically,
like the middle.
so
Like the middle that I said.
right.
The
So
middle.
basically, okay, guys. So what she's saying is basically 4 grand US a month would make you considered a high earner in Mexico. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This is what I'm trying to tell these guys. So all right. So let me ask you something. If a guy, right? I'm putting it in perspective now. If an American guy came there, he was good looking enough, right? He's not the most good looking guy in the world, but he's okay looking, and he's 30 years old, right? 30, 32, and he is making 80,000 pesos a month, and he says, "Hey, we're talking, we're having a good time." We're getting to know each other very, very well, and I want you to be, my girlfriend. That's it. I want you to be my girlfriend. I want to live together with you, and we start to, build this relationship. 40,000. That's enough. 40,000 is enough for you to feel comfortable, secure.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry. 80,000 pesos. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Four grand a month ain't shit. You can make 4 grand a month, guys. You can make 4 grand a month.
Yeah.
I don't know what this guy is doing. This guy's math is all off, bro. What are you talking about? He's like 50. Yeah, 50,000 Mexican pesos a month would be like, yeah, but we're not talking about that though. I don't know why you're throwing these random numbers out there like that. Yeah. Like I already asked her how much and she said 80,000 pesos. So I don't know why you're telling us about 50,000 pesos. She said 80,000 pesos. So yeah, why you and you're actually yeah. So yeah, I don't know why he's telling us that, but I think that's very doable. I think that's not too much to ask. You know what I mean? Okay, so all right, so the day's ends is over here talking about 50,000 pesos. What's 50,000 pesos to you? That's enough? That's enough to maintain a life?
That's enough.
Yeah, so much less than 80,000. That's almost half. That's a little bit more than half of 80,000.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. All right, I guess the day's end is right. She's blushing. She'll take 40. She'll take 50. She'll take 50 to 80 grand. Oh, sorry, 50 to 80,000 pesos a month. Okay?
Yeah, that's good.
All right, so hold on. This guy's over here talking about maintaining a Mexican girlfriend with 2,500 a month. I think that's bullshit. That's some underachiever shit. I don't know what the fuck that's about. If you can't make more than 2,500 a month, you need to stay your ass in America and level up. I don't know. Maybe that's just my opinion. But okay, whatever. So let's say you do that. That's 30,000 a year. So the day's end. I don't know what you're saying, but in my opinion, if you can't make more than 30 grand a year, then you need to stay your ass in America. Because the question that I'm asking is, if you're making 30 grand a year in America, what are you doing for that 30 grand that you're going to be able to do remotely? So that's the part that I'm trying to figure out. So what type of jobs are you doing the day's end that's making that kind of money? I'm a little confused. I don't know. I mean, I guess you could start an online business or something. I don't know. Maybe you have a struggle YouTube channel like me. I don't know.
Yeah, I will do that.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. It just seems
Teach
weird.
me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to figure out how that's. I'm not saying that's not possible or feasible or whatever. I mean, it is. I'm just trying to figure out what would that look like.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys. I'm thinking, 5 or more grand a month. I wouldn't tell the girl how much you make. That's not her business. So If you want to make $5,000 a month and tell her that you're making 25 grand a month, that I think would be awesome. You know, she doesn't have to know that you're bringing in double that. But the point is that you can live good there. But just keep in mind that they are compromises to make. If you're trying to if you're trying to do it like on a budget. No. The days end. I'm not talking about you personally either. I'm just saying for the guys that are like trying to budget that out, like what would that job look like is my point. Like what would that career look like that you're going to be able to do it from Mexico? That's my point. My point is like regardless of what you make, at the end of the day, you have to be able to maintain that career in Mexico is what I'm trying to say. But anyhow, in any event, at the end of the day, yes, you could provide for a woman, you know, with these low numbers, and they would be satisfied and be grateful. But what you guys don't understand is the compromise would be for you. That's the thing I want you guys to understand. The compromise would be for you because, for starters, what type of neighborhood are you going to live in? Is it a neighborhood that you're going to be comfortable living in? The next thing is, what type of place are you going to have? How nice is the place going to be? Yeah, to her, it's going to be nice. It's going to be whatever. She's going to love it and be grateful. But you might be like, yo, what the fuck? This shit's too small, or, you know, it's not modern enough. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, so what I'm trying to say is the concern is not so much about the woman. The concern is about you as an American or a Canadian or an Australian, an Englishman. Are you going to be comfortable with the amenities is what you got to ask yourself. Because you're the one coming from a first world country. You're the one that's going to be used to high speed internet, you know, nice carpet or hardwood floors. You're going to be the one that's used to a certain type of architectural structure. You know, you're going to be used to driving a certain type of vehicle. You're going to be used to having a certain size TV. You're going to be used to having a certain quality microwave and kitchen set and stainless steel fridge. And so once you start thinking about all those type of things, yeah, bro, you're going to be having to make $5,000 or more a month is what I'm trying to tell you. So if you want to have a similar quality of life that you do in the West, in Mexico, do not think that you're going to come here paying, you know, with so much less. Things in Mexico cost less, but things in Mexico are less, is what I'm trying to tell you. There's people here driving little economical cars. There's people here that's never owned a microwave. You know what I mean? There's people here that their fridges and their stoves and all that shit are basic as fuck. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. If you want to bring that level of comfort that you're used to, you're gonna have to get that bread, bro. You're gonna have to be making that money. Okay, so that's all I'm trying to say. I want you guys to be prepared for that. I don't want you to think like, oh my God, Mexico is so much cheaper than America. It's like, nigga, you'll have less though. And for me personally, I need to maintain the same standard of living or higher. I don't want to move to a third world country to compromise my quality of lifestyle. I want to bring my quality of lifestyle to a woman there. I want her living like how I live in Miami or better. Yeah, Days End, man, I try to give the most honest and useful perspective that I can, you know what I mean? And they've been watching your videos and I've been leveling up, new job, new car, brought my first property, only 22 grand and growing. Thank you, brother, for the wisdom. Yeah, bro, but that's all you though. That's all what you did. So, I mean, if I inspired you, then that's awesome. You know, I appreciate that. But that's all you. That's your hard work. That's you applying yourself, Dopey Zoe. So, shout out to Dopey Zoe. He ain't waiting. He making it happen now. He leveling up now. Hopefully he gonna buy a second property, rent them both out, and take his ass to another country and live like a king. Shit. If my ex-wife didn't take my condo, that's what I would have did. I would have rented that shit out in Boynton Beach for a good $1,300, $1,200 a month. And I would have took my ass to another country and be living like a king. All right, so I don't know what happened to her. I think let me see if she's trying to get back in because I'm about to bounce. I gotta eat. Oh, there you go. Hold on. Oh, snap. What happened? What happened? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me bring you back in this thing. Hold on. What the heck am I doing wrong here? Hold on. This is good. Hold on, guys. Oh, this touchscreen technology. Wait, what happened? Add to live stream. Yes.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. Yeah, I'm gonna let you say goodnight. We're about to get out of here, so I'm gonna let you close out. But yeah, man, I think you. Now that we just talked about the currency, now I'm thinking you definitely can get a husband if you want a foreign guy. You definitely can get a husband that's gonna be able to make and spend that kind of money. Shit. And I mean, now is the time because Western women can't compete with foreign women right now. The foreign women is what the guys want. It's just that most of them are smart enough not to bring you to America. Most of them know not to bring you to America. They're like, we're gonna stay in Mexico. We can visit America, but we're not gonna live in America. You're not gonna get half, Eddie. Shout out to JMC 436 with the $5 super chat. Hey Allende, do you have any experience working on cruise lines or something similar? Nope. You're gonna have to hit up Walter Weeks. You're gonna have to hit up Fresh from Fresh and Fit. That's what he used to do. But I know those guys get a lot of butt. I know those guys sleep with a lot of the passengers. Although I wouldn't recommend it. It's a fast way to lose your job. But no, I'm sorry, brother. I don't have no experience with cruise ships. I think I've actually only been on one because I don't like cruise ships. So I'm sorry about that. I don't have any insight on that. Sean Simpson says, "Don't be a victim, Sharon. Be a victory. Rewatch The Class. Miami Shine. Buenas noches, Miami. Viva Mexico. Viva la Mexico."
Yeah, it's and if you came, you will love more. I think Mexico is cool.
Well, listen, let me tell you something. When you talk about Mexico City,
Sorry?
no, I'm telling the guys.
Okay.
When it comes to Mexico City, quality is hard to find, but there's so much quantity that there's still more options than here. If that makes any sense to you. So I don't want guys to think, oh my God, I'm gonna go to Mexico and all the women are gonna be so beautiful. No, no. Maybe 25% of the women are really beautiful. But the population is so damn dense that you're still gonna see and meet a lot of beautiful women. So, you just look at the amount of crowd and the amount of traffic that you deal with, you know, in a major city in America, think almost double that. Mexico City is like the type of crowd and traffic you would have saw in New York before COVID. And it's still like that now. It's very, very busy, very, very packed. So, you know, I just want guys to know that also. I'm trying to, you know, let you guys know what to expect. You know, I don't want you guys to expect something that's not going to be the case. So, really, really beautiful women. I'm talking about like the 7s, the 8s, the 9s, and even the 10s. They're going to be hard to find. I'm not going to bullshit you. They are hard to find. The thing is, though, when you find them, you do still have an advantage. That's the thing. You have a serious advantage. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna operate in the 5, 6, 7 range, then you're gonna have a ridiculous amount of options. So it's just up to you guys what you want. And another thing I will tell you is that the women aren't that easy out there. It's not gonna just be like this is the thing. Getting dates and going on dates there is very easy, but hooking up with the girls, no. The girls are not the girls are not like just sleeping around like that. They're not just they're not gonna just be having all this casual sex with you. Unfortunately, it's not that easy. So it's kind of tricky. So it depends. If you're the guy that wants to go out and get to know each other and go on dates and do all these activities and go to museums and go to lunch and go to the movies, and if you want to do all that girlfriend stuff, take your ass to Mexico. You can do that every day in Mexico. Every day there's going to be girls that want to do that with you. Granted, they have the time, because the thing is the girls work a lot out there. But as far as like you just like having all this casual sex, nah. Nah. That's not going to be the case. You're not going to be like, oh, I have money, I'm paying for dinner, so I'm going to be getting laid tonight. No. The women will tell you straight up, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm not like that. So anyhow, I just want you guys to prepare for that also. It's not going to be that easy to sleep with the women. So I guess it's kind of different than it is here in Miami. Miami's like the opposite, bro. If you're one of those guys, then you won't have a hard time having sex. But if you're trying to like go on dates with girls and they be committed and actually follow through, that part is difficult here. So there in Mexico, you won't have to worry about girls like flaking on you and canceling on you and all that type of shit. You don't have to worry about that. Just know that you can have an amazing time with a girl and she's not going to sleep with you at the end of the night. So just prepare for that is all I'm saying. All I'm saying to you guys. I don't want you guys to think like, these women are gonna be like, oh, he's American, I'm gonna sleep with him. Like, nope. They're gonna like genuinely like you and want to get to know you and spend time with you and shit like that. They're not just gonna want to be sleeping with you. But I'm sure you'll eventually get laid after 3 or 4 dates or something if the girl likes you. Well, what do you think about that, Sharon? Like, how long do you think, generally speaking, the Mexican girls wait to have sex with the guys, the foreign guys? Sharon, you hear me?
No, sorry?
I said, how long do you think the girls wait, generally speaking, to have sex with the guys visiting?
I don't know, maybe it depends. If you have like chemistry, maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. Depends.
You said 2 weeks. God damn. What if you're not in town for 2 weeks? Oh my God. You get nudes in 2 weeks, guys. When you're back in your country, you'll start getting nudes. Oh my God, that's so funny.
You are bad.
She said like 2 weeks. No, hell no.
Yeah, maybe.
No. All right, well listen, I'm out of here, guys. Shannon, thanks for coming. We appreciate you.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
thanks for changing my mind.
Yeah. I mean, I want to see you married and happy soon.
Yeah, next time that I talk with you, I will say, hey, I'm married.
Well, listen, you don't have to rush to get married. I'm just saying, get a boyfriend, go on trips, travel, see the world. That's all.
Yeah.
You don't have to rush to marry him.
I will do that.
Huh?
For sure, I will do that.
Yeah, so man. I'm telling you right now, 25, 26, you are the most valuable right now that you're going to be. I don't want you to think like you're going to get more valuable. I'm just being honest. Right now is your time. This is your time right now.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. All right, man. I'm going to holler at you. We'll set something up another time. You get some really good-looking friends, and we'll get them on, too.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks.
All right. Ciao. Let me get that. All right. All right, guys. So anyway, Mexico, put it on your calendar, make it happen, guys. Get you a ticket to Mexico. I'm gonna be talking to some other girls too from Mexico, and they're gonna come on. So I think tomorrow, I don't know, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Tuesday or is today Tuesday? What's today? Fuck. Today's Wednesday. Shit. Okay, so yeah, so today's Wednesday. No, today is Tuesday. Sorry, it's midnight. Yeah, so Wednesday. I gotta check the calendar, guys. I don't know. Oh, okay, you know what? Yeah, Wednesday, I got the guy coming on about the networking. So I got a guy coming on, he does that for a living, to come and give you guys some good tips on how to network with other men that are doing things, movers and shakers. So we'll do that. And then Thursday, it'll be some female or the other, I can't remember. And I know Friday, my girl Lizette is coming on. So she's a hottie. She's smart, real smart. Wholesome, traditional girl, not a thought, the opposite of a thought. So she'll be coming on, and I'm not sure about Saturday, but I know that tomorrow is the dude with the networking. Thursday, I don't remember which girl, but there is a girl for Thursday, and then Friday I know is Lizette because I spoke to her today. All right, so that's what it is, guys. I'm still encouraging that 100-day. Get shredded challenge. So there's a lot of guys getting waiting on everyone else to get in there so we can all get started together. But there's a lot of guys already in the queue waiting, which is fine because we got at least 10 more days because I'm starting it on the 1st. So I probably could have mentioned that a long time ago, but the 1st of next month is when I'm looking to start. So we got just under 9 days to get cracking on with that. We're gonna get shredded. All right, we're gonna get shredded, and everything gets better when you get shredded. That's for sure. Everybody treats you better. You get better results with everything when you get shredded. Even business, you get better results when you're in shape and you're fit. So don't let your mom get you fat on her cooking. You guys are gonna have to tell your mom ahead of time. Mom, I'm doing this 100-day diet, Mom. I'm not gonna be able to eat your food. My mother hates it. My mother hates when I'm dieting. It's just almost like she takes it personal. I'm like, Mom, I can't eat this shit right now. But I made this just for you. So I try to tell my mother ahead of time so she doesn't invest in cooking and planning all this stuff, and then I can't even eat it. She gets so angry. So I've learned to tell her ahead of time. So that's just a tip for you guys that visit your mother or grandma or whatever frequently. You better let them know ahead of time. You're not going to be able to just eat whatever for the next 100 days because you're going to be getting shredded. And then you can go fuck it all up with your mom's home cooking if you want to. That's up to you. I just need those progress pictures. So yeah, other than that, we're out of here. So jump in the email, guys. Let me know about that. And yeah, man, that's about it, bro. I'm gonna catch you guys later. Peace and love. Thanks for tuning in.